Is it because people don't plan ahead for their tequila drinking?
When it comes to like spirit drinking, what I see is that people follow hype more than anything. And also it's because like the way that they created this story that got people to believe it's quality, right? Like we don't hear a lot about the liquid inside, but we hear a fuck ton about how some Mexican lady hand paints the bottle, right?
But that's why they're asking you about the
yeah.
tequila. That's why they want those. That's why they trust you.
Yeah, I think it's, I think for me, what I've been able to do with them is always just be you know? So like, I was raised by a single mom. And so like, my mom, when she was raising me, she would say shit to me like, listen, if you ever get into an argument with somebody, just understand, like, you're always gonna probably be the smallest guy in the room, so just be the loudest motherfucker. You know what I mean? If 80% of alcohol is consumed not in a bar and restaurant in this country, then where do the fucking consumers get it? From a liquor store. The bartender what the fucking good is he doing for you? In the liquor store, zero.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like 80% of drinkers say that in this country, say that like their liquor selections or choices are determined off of peer recommendations or what they see on social media. So here I am, here you are as a content creator, and I'm trying to tell fucking brands, do paid content together. It's like, well, I don't know, man. It's like, you don't know. Okay, well, fuck it. You know what I mean? Then you're just sticking with the 20% who don't give a fuck about what they see on social media and peer recommendations. Okay, but like, this is why you lose to the big brands. Because let me tell you who does focus on content and marketing on social media. The fucking brands that you guys all hate, right?
3 myths everyone should know about tequila. Like, what do people need to know?
3 myths.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fucking podcast day. Woo woo. Stay tuned.
Okay, cool. Let me pull up. So obviously, I think we should do like Tequila for Dummies reel. And so it's like all the things that people who want to learn about tequila need to know, and then we can go like deeper and heavier, so we can start soft.
Yeah.
And even questions that people ask you all the time, like, feel free. These questions are just stuff that I came up with chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, I think like one of the things I've noticed a lot recently, I don't get asked this question enough, but I just see it in the comment sections, and I realize like, fuck, people are a little bit stupider than I thought. When I'm talking about certain products in reels, I get a shit ton of people who are like, oh fuck, they don't sell this near me, right? We have this thing, it's called the internet, right? There are independent distributors. So a lot of people don't know this, that you can order these products online. So like if I'm talking about an RTD or not all the THC stuff, because that kind of depends on your state law, right? They may not be able to ship it there. But yeah, a lot of your bottles of tequila, shit like this, like you can go on their website,
and they'll ship it to you.
Yeah, like, well, when you buy it, what happens is the order comes from that independent distribution house. It's not the tequila brand sending you the bottles or the RTD brands sending you the bottles. It's an independent distributor that sends it to you, but it'll just come to your front door. Like all this product that I'm showcasing to them, I didn't go to a store down the street and buy it, right? Or you could just fucking go to the website and there's a store locator section. Just put your zip code in,
I love
and it tells you exactly where the fuck they sell it. So yeah, I keep getting this all the time. So I think people really don't fucking know that you can order shit online. Like they know that you can order everything under the sun from Amazon, but apparently when it comes to alcohol products, they all just think like, oh fuck, if they don't sell it down the road, then I'm fucked. No. That's not
Is it because people don't plan ahead for their tequila drinking?
No, I mean, I think there's a couple things. I think that when it comes to like spirit drinking, what I see is that people follow hype more than anything. We see this with certain brands right now. Like I saw this with Clase Azul for fucking years, right? I think buying a $170 bottle of a spirit that is made from supposedly 3 ingredients and aged in a wood barrel for fucking 12 months, it's kind of ridiculous. And also it's because like the way that they created this story that got people to believe it's quality, right? Like we don't hear a lot about the liquid inside, but we hear a fuck ton about how some Mexican lady hand paints the bottle, right? For everybody who's ever been to Mexico, I don't know what the fuck you think they're paying that lady to hand paint the bottle, but it doesn't justify $170 a bottle. I can assure you of that. No, I'm not insulting the Mexican lady that paints the bottle. And I'm not convinced that anybody fucking hand paints the bottle. Like, this is the thing. Maybe somebody used to hand paint the bottles,
Yeah.
And now they just still run with that story, right? Like, if everybody doesn't know this already, I'm here to remind you that Tito's is no longer handmade in a garage in Texas, okay? Like, it's sold now, it's industrial fucking produced, like, it doesn't make it a shit product. I'm just saying, like, all their fucking bottles still say handmade in Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just, but it's not
it's
that,
not possible,
It's not possible. So, just, understand that, be wary of it. When something fucking really hits mass production and mass distribution, there are going to be changes in the process of making it, So if they're still using that catalyst as part of the story to drive the marketing, like, you need to be fucking asking
some questions.
Seriously.
Can we see her? Can we see her paint them live on Instagram?
Yeah, exactly. Where the fuck does this happen in the tour? You know what I mean? Like, when we do the distillery tour, do we go to the room and there's just a bunch of fucking little abuelitas, like, so they're fucking painting these bottles by hand? Like, come on. You want me to believe she stuck every bead onto this fucking black bottle of mezcal? Like,
so funny.
It's crazy.
So I think a lot of people also don't really know, are tequila and mezcal the same thing, and what are the differences between the two?
So, I used to live in Mexico for a while because I used to work down there for a hotel resort company, and it's like, I believe the saying goes that, like, not all tequila is mezcal, or not all mezcal is tequila, but all tequila is mezcal, something like that.
Okay,
I
like
got that
that.
fucking wrong. But it's basically, this is the gist of it. So they're both made from the same thing, right? They're both made from an agave plant, so they derive from the same exact fucking product. The difference is that basically when you harvest the agave, you're going to cut all the leaves off and you're going to be left with what they call la piña, right? Like the center of it, which is what they're going to crush and extract all the actual agave out of and ferment and distill. But before they do this, when they're making mezcal, they'll dig these like large pits, for example, bury those piñas, and then they'll cover those with like hot coals. So they basically smoking it, right? Is exactly what they're doing.
And then you taste it.
Hence why you taste it, and then it's smoky, right? So it's kind of like, it's the same properties, but just kind of altered in its production, right? Because of the smoke that is added when they do this. And obviously you get that in the flavor, right? But yeah, the base of it is more or less the same, but just different flavor profiles.
And this, believe it or not, was like one of the top questions on Answer the Public is, will tequila freeze?
No, alcohol will not freeze. But with that being said, so actually something I do a lot at my corporate events is liquid nitrogen boozy ice cream, right?
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, liquid nitrogen will fucking freeze anything, basically, as long as you just pour enough of it. So yes, alcohol will freeze. I make actual boozy gelato ice cream, boozy popsicles,
fun,
and also liquid nitrogen boozy ice cream as well, which is basically just kind of like taking a cocktail recipe, adding a little bit of dairy, like milk and cream, just so you can get a nice texture to it. The difference is it's not the same standard measurement of a pour that you would get if I gave you like a standard cocktail, right? It's going to have less alcohol, right? Because we need to have enough water and enough sugar content in that mixture so that it will actually freeze down to temperature. But you can't freeze a bottle of tequila. No, but you can make it kind of syrupy if you stuck it in a freezer. And there are some liquors, like I remember we used to do this with back in the day, like when I used to drink Rumplemints, for example. Just saying the word almost makes me want to vomit. But back in the day when I first started bartending at like Dave and Buster's, like me and the other young guy would like come to work and take a bottle of Rumplemints and just shove it in the beer chiller, basically the machine that would just keep all the beer mugs cold. And it would, when you would pour it, it would almost be like a simple syrup kind of consistency. But that like texture that it gave it actually kind of made it really delicious. I don't know if I would recommend you do that with your tequila. If you're drinking good tequila, just don't fuck with it, right?
Okay,
Don't fuck with it at all. Just drink it the way it's
that's like the number one question. What is good tequila?
In my eyes, first thing I'm going to say is transparent brand, because I just feel like transparency is something that lacks in all industries and a lot of brands these days. If you got nothing to hide, then you should have no problem, being transparent and being honest. For me, I think 3-ingredient tequila, additive-free tequila, right? And people have heard this term a lot lately. Additive-free, it seems to be like this it's like this new trend, I'm not trying to be trendy and cool. It's just that, tequila is made with 3 ingredients, agave, yeast, and water. Why do you need to put additives? That's my thing. Why? Is it because you want to create a fake flavor profile for a specific market, right? Like, why add sugar, oak, vanilla, and things like this?
Yeah, vanilla.
Because you want to appeal to maybe the American market that is used to just eating and drinking sweet shit, right? So it's just that. Like, I don't like that I don't understand the purpose of it. You know, unless we're harvesting fucking agaves early, you know, we're adding this shit to kind of force it to, you know, where we need to get it to. I have my theories of why I think that they put additives in all these fucking things, but whether that's completely true or not, I mean, look, it's just my opinion. You know, it's just what I see of the industry, right? You got a lot of tequila houses making a lot of different brands. I'm not naive enough to believe that we make 15 different types of juice in one fucking distillery. I think they just make one, and then the brands are putting a selective amount of additives to then create a flavor profile that is what they want their tequila to be identified as, right? Like something that's very vanilla and oaky forward, right? And so like you hear this from consumers, and again, I'm not trying to be insulting. Like, it's fine if that's really what you want to spend your money on and that's what you like. I don't think the additives are killing you any more than the fucking ethanol and liquor. You know what I mean? Like the alcohol is killing you much faster than these additives.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, you take like Don Julio 1942, for example, right? And I make a video about it like a few months ago. I say some bad shit about it. And then I end up with tons of people in a comment section like telling me, well, a lot of people agreeing, but then you get a bunch of select few people that tell me literally, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I've been drinking 1942 for years, and I get no fucking hangovers. Okay. Well, apparently it's 32% agave fucking spirit, so you haven't actually been drinking tequila. You haven't even been drinking fucking mixto. That's how bad it is. But, and that's alleged, by the way. We have no definitive proof that that is absolutely fucking true. But if it is, that's wild because, you know, people don't, this is how much the average consumer doesn't understand it. Like, when you tell me, oh, it's fucking smooth, right? Yeah, I can make a shit tequila smooth by adding glycerin. You know, like these are additives, and why would they put that in there? Well, because it's a harsh shit tequila, so we got to smoothen it the fuck out. So we drop these additives in there instead of like spending more money to just make a good product, right? Like, we can mask the shitty flavor by pumping other stuff in there, right? So, you know, this is what I believe in. It's like, you know, if that, and then they use this in their marketing to then drive price forward, right? So it's like, you're spending more for something that's less genuine. I just don't want to live in a world where we spend more money for less quality. And I just feel like, not to harp on tequila because it's in every fucking industry I can think of. The clothing you wear, the jewelry you wear is fucking cheaper made, but spend more money. The cars you buy, the fucking houses we live in, right? Like, we're spending more money for houses that your fucking grandparents lived in, so you're now buying a house that fucking some 80-year-old lady lived in the last 30 years. That thing needs a ton of work. You know, it's like, so you spend a fortune for something that like still needs to be rebuilt and repaired, you know? It's just... So, I don't know, this is my stand against that, and I just talk about liquor because I've been a part of this industry for 22 years. So that's what I know, you know, so that's it. Yeah.
And then what about the bottles that these tequilas come in? They play a role into that, don't they?
I mean, I think, this is what I think, okay? And I know that some people, you know, they might see this and think, I make a really good tequila, but I also package it in a really nice bottle. And
which is okay, love that.
That's completely fine. Look, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't a little bit of a fucking slut for like good packaging, you know?
Yeah, me too.
It's a kind of it. I can remember when I was a kid, I would like go into a fucking like a convenience store and buy a drink based on what type of bottle it was fucking in. Like, I remember I used to love the Gatorade bottles that had the mouthpiece that you would twist and then you would just,
the little bottle top.
It, you know? And that's why I used to buy them. It's fucking ridiculous. But the point is, I think that we have a lot of people that will focus more on what the tequila was packaged in versus what's in the bottle. And it just, you know, sometimes it's a red flag for me. Like, you know, if I see this crazy ass fucking bottle and, you know, sometimes it seems like that was really the primary focus because they're just thinking about like store shelf recognition, store shelf recognition, store shelf recognition, which is kind of odd because Casamigos is in like a real basic ass motherfucking bottle with a pretty basic ass fucking label, and like they're selling more fucking tequila than like anybody, right? Now, for other reasons too, like George Clooney helped drive that. A $1 billion sale to Diageo helps drive that, right? It's funny how those things work. Like, because George Clooney sold a tequila brand for $1 billion, everybody just fucking kind of associated it with being something really high quality, right?
Yeah.
Diageo wouldn't pay $1 billion for a shitty tequila brand. Yes, they would. Like, yes, they would, because they can market it even more, you know, like they can drive the sales even further. So, yeah, I'm not saying that every tequila that comes in a nice bottle or every mezcal that comes in a nice bottle is shit. No, I'm not saying that at all. You can still put it in a really good bottle, but focus on what's in it first. You know, I think that's really the primary goal, right? Like I actually was talking to a guy one day that owned a brand, and he was talking a lot about the bottle. And I remember somewhere in that conversation, I asked him, like, do you sell bottles or you sell tequila? Because it sounds like you sell bottles. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Are you a bottle manufacturer? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is this
honestly,
about?
I mean, the Don Julio bottle, it's like, you know, a very tall, it comes in a box that also, does it have satin inside? Does it come with like a pillow?
Fuck, it should. Should come with like a private butler. I mean, it's, again, the design of that bottle was also intentional, right? Like, 1942 was kind of meant for like nightclubs, you know, VIP tables and shit like this. The tall nature of it is literally to grab people's attention, right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not fucking saying that as a detriment to Don Julio. Like,
Yeah.
we saw this with like Sidney Frank and Grey Goose, right? Like, Grey Goose is in a frosted bottle for a reason. It's in a tall, long neck bottle for a reason. It's probably called Grey Goose and not Grey Pigeon for a fucking reason, because a goose is a more elegant fucking bird than a pigeon, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's all these things, like where the vodka was sourced from, right? Because at the time that Grey Goose has started, like, France isn't even making vodka. And he's like, oh yeah, we're going to source the vodka from France. Like, people on his team were probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you know,
Yeah.
But I mean, at that point, it's like you're bottling ooh la la. You know what I mean? That's what you're selling. You're selling the ooh la la of France, you know, like, it's seen as elegant and upscale and classy, you know, versus gray, dark fucking Poland, Ukraine, and Russia, you know? Like, it's just, he was, and I applaud Sidney Frank. Like, I think it's one of the most masterful marketing that's ever happened in the spirit industry, you know? But it's also had its negative effects, you know, like Grey Goose, for example. You know, they used to pay a lot of bars in New York City to put that bottle on that back shelf to be primarily noticeable to everybody, for bartenders to push Grey Goose, you know, whether into drinks or onto their customers, whatever, and martinis, whatever the fuck the case may be. And then, you know, obviously Sidney Frank and Grey Goose could afford to do that, but then it created this pay-to-play game, right? And, like, if you're a small brand, you're trying to make it in this industry, like, it's not fucking easy, man. Like, it's not profitable for a while. You know, because you're making alcohol, like, you can't sell direct to your consumer, right? You got to go through distribution. You're going to lose some fucking there, and then you get into store shelves. Okay, you're going to lose some there. It's like, it's a hard game. It's a slow game, you know? You're walking into bars and restaurants trying to pitch another fucking bottle on your back bar. You know, it's tough. And it doesn't help when they have to then pay for that visibility, you know, in the form of, like, paying to be on a shelf, paying to be on a cocktail menu, and that's the game, you know. So just so everybody fucking knows, like, when you're not always getting from a restaurant and a bar what is the best offering. It's possible that brand was just willing to pay a certain price for their fucking spirit to be on that cocktail menu. You understand? So and the same goes for store shelves. Like, I think it's like, again, I could be wrong on this statistic, but I think it was like 70% of, like, what's on store shelves is, like, pay to play. I mean, it's just fucking wild. Like, think about that, like, where it's placed, what shelf, how much of the section, you know, like, all that shit, you know. It's like, it's all paid real estate. It's all.
And then so for these up and coming brands who are trying to be additive free or, you know, change the game, they can't step in.
Yeah, it makes it harder, you know. And then on top of that, like, you're fighting with your own regulatory system, you know, which is something for me as a consumer. Like, I don't make tequila, just in case anybody fucking doesn't know this. Like, you know, I'm just a consumer like the rest of you. The difference is that, like, maybe first, I've been working with spirits for 22 years. I'm 40. I've been doing this shit since I was 18. I've seen the industry change because I was there when we were just making lethal weapons and sexy alligators, and then transitioned into fucking
Smoky.
chefs with liquid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Spirit revival happened, you know. So admittingly, even myself, like, I learned as this industry took off, you know. I didn't know shit before that besides just how to be a machine behind a bar and use your personality, because that's how you made money back in the day, was with your mouth, you know? It wasn't with your cocktail making skills. You know what I'm saying? You're just pouring beers and fucking shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I just think like with these smaller brands, you know, trying to get into this space, like, yeah, you make this a lot more challenging. And I think that the person that suffers the most in the end is the consumer, because like, you know, I started doing the type of content that I do because I also do events, right? So I do like weddings, corporate events, private parties, all this other shit. And so a lot of times it's like, you know, they want me to put together their liquor order, just because my understanding of like the volume of product we need and what product we need to execute these cocktails, etc. And so I would put these orders together, you know, putting good quality spirits on there, you know, and I get like mostly the same responses, which was like,
what is that?
Yeah, I don't want fucking this tequila. Like, no, I don't know that. It's like, don't tell me shit. Don't give me shit tequila. Like, I want to do like Casamigos and Clase Azul. It's like, and I'm going to explain to you why this pissed me off, right? Because what I do like 250 events a year, right? And I've been doing this for a decade. So basically what I do, my day-to-day job, is negotiating with people the value of my fucking time, right? As if I should be even negotiating the value of my own time. That's kind of the point of why you became an entrepreneur, so you don't have to do that. But anyway, and what would amaze me was that people had no problem and a willingness to spend way more money than they needed to on the alcohol, because they were requesting these more expensive fucking brand labels, but their willingness to spend it on human sacrifice in the form of time is like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll spend $170 plus the markup on a fucking bottle of Repo, right? So like, let's just say with the markup, I don't know, let's say you bought that at a fucking hotel, $170 bottle is probably like, it's probably, I'm lowballing this. We're just gonna say $700. That's probably low. If fucking Fountain Blue probably charge you like $2,000. You have no problem spending $700 on one bottle of tequila that serves 17 and a half drinks. But if I told you this bartender was gonna cost like $400 for the night, you'd be
absolutely not.
What? Like, I can get a guy to do it for less than that. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe this. We're willing to spend more on a toxic liquid that literally is destroying our liver and killing us, versus the guy who's going to spend 11 hours away from his fucking family today, sweat his ass off, because this is South Florida, and when you move anything around, you sweat like crazy, even in the middle of winter. And it's like, I just got annoyed with that, you know? Like, this is what we are as humans now. We value things more than people, you know? And I just think that's fucked. And so, like... So I guess I'm trying to change the world with one fucking angry, raging rant on social media in the form of an organic reel at a time, you know what I mean? So like, then I just started saying what I knew was true, you know, and I know that not everybody's going to agree with me, going to like what I say, going to like the tone in which I say it, or the words that I choose to use when I say it, but it is what it is. What I'm saying to you isn't a lie. It may be my opinions, and that's fine, you know, but it's the opinions of a person that's been in this industry for 22 fucking years. So like, I see it every day, you know? Like, I've been the bar manager that has to listen to 6 fucking douchebags a day come into the bar, hand me his bottle, say 2 sentences about it because he doesn't even know enough about what makes it special, and I'm just supposed to buy 2 cases of it and watch it fucking collect dust behind the bar. And this is what brands think, you know, like, is fucking working for their brand. I don't know. It's just, it's fascinating to me. So, you know, in a world where there's new fucking bottles coming out every day, dozens and dozens, hundreds of them at a time, it's almost impossible to keep up. I think the liquor industry is this wild combination of like salt of the earth farmers who like really give a shit about creating something true, genuine quality, and then just a bunch of other like finance bro, corporate fucking marketing douchebags who just see a money grab. Yeah.
So how do people figure out what's good? Do they have to do the research? Can they tell on the bottle?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think definitely you have to do your research, right? Like, I mean, in terms of like being able to know if a tequila is actually like additive fucking free, there's really only 2 ways that I know of to do this. One would be that you just taste a lot of tequila, like you're deep into the space and you know what just 3 ingredient, you know, traditional fucking tequila should taste like. And then like I made a video talking about this the other day, like you're drinking a Blanco tequila and you taste oak and vanilla, like it wasn't aged. Where the fuck do you think it came from?
Yeah.
right? Like it's not feasible. Like it's not a flavor profile of an agave plant, right? So like all your spirits in this fucking planet start this color, right? It's neutral.
Yeah.
It gets all of the aroma, it gets all of the color and the taste from that wood barrel that it fucking sits in, right? So the Blanco tequila didn't sit in that. So where the fuck did it get this flavor profile, right? Like, how do you think it got there? Tastes like fucking cake batter. Why? You know? Like, it's just, that should be your giveaway right there, you know? And then, yeah, like, you know, even the aged tequila, like, again, it's 12 months, you know, maybe Añejo's 24, you know, but this is not significant time. Like, just compare that to some rums or whiskeys, as an example, you know, or scotches that spend far more years sitting in wood and develop that deep, dark complexity, color. Right? Tequila's not meant for that. It's more about the plant shining through that it came from, right? So when you're not tasting the fucking plant, you're just tasting all these other things. Like that's kind of one of the way. Yeah. So I think people who like drink enough tequila understand that, notice it. Yeah. It becomes very noticeable after a while. And then the only other way would be like lab fucking testing the thing, which 99.9% of people are not going to do unless you own a law firm and you're trying to fucking put together a class action lawsuit against two of the largest brands on the planet. But if you're not trying to do that, then you're probably not lab testing fucking anything. And those are really the only, you know, two ways. But you know, look, there are plenty of fucking agave influencers out there who are talking about tequila every single day, teaching you about tequila. I don't want to even include myself in that because I don't like the term influencer. I fucking hate it.
I know, it's a funny word.
I create content, yes, but I'm actually an entrepreneur. I own fucking businesses. That's how I make money. I don't get paid by brands to do this.
You know, nowadays, before, not everyone had to be a content creator / influencer for their business. But if you're an entrepreneur, guess what you get to also be?
And, you know, I mean, you should be.
Yeah.
You should be. Unfortunately, so many people are still intimidated about turning this on and pointing it at their face and saying what they want to say. I don't really understand that, especially when you're in a room by yourself. Like, no one's watching.
Yeah, it's different when you have an audience, but they come after.
Yeah, exactly, right? There's just people seeing you on their phone. But, you know, and I hear it a lot. It's like I constantly have people say to me, like, oh, no, you can do that. I can't. It's like, well, you know, I wasn't born
to do
doing
that.
This.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Taking
like,
selfie videos.
Yeah, it's like you kind of learn it over time, you know? And for me, it's, you know, I don't know, but the audience shows up, they want to engage with it, they want to know, so I keep putting out the content for people to learn. You know, and I think for me, look, I try not to do clickbaity shit, you know, like I really try to inform and educate people, you know, really push people towards a better direction. But at the same time, like the reason why I don't like the term influencer is because, look, I'm 40 years old. If you want to know what I believe in, I believe that if you're an adult, you should be able to make your own fucking decisions and take responsibility for those decisions. Don't make decisions because I fucking said something on social media. Don't make a decision because anybody said anything on social media. Like, take the information and digest it.
Yeah.
And fucking decide what you want to do with it. And
which tequila you want to
drink. Decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if that decision is I want to keep drinking 32% agave spirit and fucking think that I'm drinking 100% Blue Weber, then do it. Then fucking do it. Like, I say that I'm judging you in the video, but I'm not really judging you. You know what I'm saying? I just said that to get your fucking attention. You know, thank you. I got your attention. You know, like, so it worked, right? But yeah, it's there are avenues for you to do this. There's also like, look, if you look. You know, if you try to find a way to educate yourself on spirits, you can. Like, I'm sure if you live in a major city, there are mixology classes that you could go do. A lot of cocktail bars will do things like this. You know, Joe, who we both know, Joe used to do like a gin class at South Florida Distillers, right?
So, cool.
You used to be able to go there for like an hour and 30 minutes. They would teach you all about gin. You'd get a bottle of gin to take home with you.
How
and
fun.
They made it all, right? So it's like you have the ability to do this. If you're a young person, you know, wanting to learn more about like cocktail making, spirits, fucking pay the $100 fee, join USBG, go to the local meetings, right? Like, how about buying books? I know that that's kind of crazy idea in 2025, reading, but yeah, there's a bunch of fucking books made by legendary people in the space. You know, like when craft cocktails first took off, like that's how most of us were learning, because we're all learning at the same fucking time, you know? So yeah, we were reading a lot of books, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out all these like old school techniques that
Yeah.
None of us fucking knew, you know, old school recipes that none of us fucking knew. So you can go down that same path, you know, and then eventually you'll create your own magic. You know?
And I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to say that if you want to learn more about tequila and you want to taste some, you can go to the Tequila Festival.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, you know, like what we're trying to do at Tequila Fest this November is really focus on just bringing in additive-free brands, you know. And why I want, you know, Joe to do this is because I think that the market is waking up a little bit, you know. Again, I want to reiterate, alleged allegations against Diageo, Casamigos, and Don Julio, right? Alleged. Could be all fucking bullshit, you know? Even if it's bullshit, I still don't like the fucking tequila. It doesn't matter. I just think it tastes like shit. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, like, I think that this lawsuit opened people's eyes to the reality of, okay, I bought that tequila for a while. Now I feel a little bit like an idiot. There's still those people in my comment section that fucking think I'm the idiot. Whatever it is.
That's okay.
It is what it is. But I think people are waking up to that a little bit. I think I'm hearing more and more people these days say things like, I feel like the only reason we exist is to be marketed and sold to, right? It kind of is true. Like, there isn't a fucking app on your phone that you can't use that does not have ads running.
Yeah.
Right? Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, fucking Spotify. Fucking hate Spotify ads too because it stops my music. It fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, I know.
And they're always so long.
I know.
At least you can skip them on YouTube, you know? So anyway, I just think that we're waking up to this a little bit, you know? And so we're becoming more and more aware of, like, the marketing lies or how they manipulate marketing on packaging and words, verbiage. Like we were talking at the beginning, it's about grass-fed is fucking bullshit, right? Yeah. You know, organic is kind of fucking bullshit. It's like, I think we're seeing this. So if I'm a brand and I'm making 3-ingredient tequila, like, I'm riding that wave, you know, like, because we just live in a world today where people are more conscious about what goes in their body. And then even if they're not an agave or spirit influencer, there's fucking a bunch of moms out there and guys out there on fucking social media talking every day about, like, fucking additives and natural flavorings and PFAs and all this fucking shit that, like, it's like, basically if you scroll social media enough, the only thing you're allowed to eat or drink is oxygen, and that's it.
Yeah, not even water.
Can't drink water anymore.
Yeah, water is off the table as well.
Can't eat organic anymore. Grass-fed beef isn't grass-fed. It's like
it's turning into plants. So just gonna consume.
It's
sunlight.
fucking crazy. So yeah, so I just think, like, with the Tequila Fest this year, I think bringing in additive-free brands makes sense. I think we need to get back to a space where brands focus on educating, but I think you need to fucking understand who to educate and where to educate, right? Like. For what I saw for years was, like, brands go up into USBG meetings and fucking teach a room full of bartenders. Great. But you know what the bartender cares about on Friday, Saturday night? His fucking tips, dude. He doesn't care about being your fucking pitch whore and, like, selling every customer on why your tequila should be the one in their fucking glass. And by the way, just in case you didn't know this, right? Like, over 80% of fucking people when they order a drink say the brand that they want. So we don't have a chance to fucking alter that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's not like, you know, you can't do that. It's like, not like the guy walks into a bagel shop and is like, yeah, let me get a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese. And you're like, how about a whitefish instead on a fucking pumper? Like, no, that's not a comparison. You know what I mean?
And also takes time. I mean, and everyone's working, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is, your head's on a fucking swivel on a busy Friday, Saturday night. Like, you're not, you're more of a fucking order taker until they ask you the question and they want your feedback. But again, like I was saying to you earlier, right? Like, if I am a server or a bartender, right, and I'm working off of basically a percentage of the total bill, then I probably want to just sell the most expensive thing on that back bar. Don't give a fuck whether it's good or not. Class A Azul, $80 a shot. That's what you should fucking drink, right? Because every one you order, I made $16, right, and a 20% gratuity. So it's brands. We're teaching the wrong fucking people. You know, 80% of liquor consumed in this country is consumed at home. Not in a fucking bar or a restaurant. And in Europe, it's flip-flopped, right? So in Europe, 82% of the alcohol consumed is outside of the house. Think about it. Makes sense. Fucking, like, they're always at restaurants, bars, cafes, all this shit. Yeah, and we fucking come home after driving in traffic for an hour and a fucking half after work, miserable, tired, fucking crack a fucking beer open because my kids won't shut the fuck up. My wife's yelling at me about something. You know, it's like, it's just... I feel like Americans drink at home because they need it as like a...
Calm down.
Exactly. You know, like suppressing my fucking stress with this booze, right?
Yeah.
Europeans drink for social interaction. We do too, to a certain degree. I'm not saying we don't, but we also just drink because we like to just drink, you know? Like there's a lot of people do this. So again, if 80% of alcohol is consumed not in a bar and restaurant in this country, then where do the fucking consumers get it? From a liquor store. The bartender what the fucking good is he doing for you? In the liquor store, zero.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like 80% of drinkers say that in this country say that like their liquor selections or choices are determined off of peer recommendations or what they see on social media. So here you are as a content creator. I'm trying to tell fucking brands, you know, do paid content together. It's well, I don't know, man. It's like, you don't know. Okay, well, fuck it. You know what I mean? Then you're just sticking with the 20% who don't give a fuck about what they see on social media, peer recommendations. Okay, but like this is why you lose to the big brands. Because let me tell you who does focus on content and marketing on social media. The fucking brands that you guys all hate, right? Casamigos, every fucking day I open my Instagram, I see another fucking piece of content from them. And it's like, granted, they have the money, they have the budgets, they have the teams to be able to do all these things. You do not. Totally get it. But you started a business. This is what you wanted to do. And if you don't market your business, doesn't matter what that business is, then you're just invincible. And all you are is somebody with a piece of paper, an EIN number, and fucking a business license. Yeah. That doesn't make you a business. Customers make you a business.
You need awareness.
Yeah, you need awareness. And how do you do that? Through marketing. So listen, you don't need to pay me or any influencers if you can do what I do for yourself. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can do that for yourself, you do not fucking need me or any influencer or content creator on this planet. Just keep doing it yourself every fucking day consistently. You'll have the same amount of success, maybe even more, you know? But if not, and you're just telling me like, I don't know, man, I don't think that's, you know, I don't think the ROI is fucking there. Okay, well, you know, then I don't go knock on another bar door. We'll bother another bar manager and see if you can get your shit into their account. And I don't know how the fuck
but I mean,
moving.
numbers don't lie.
Yeah, look, I think if there's one thing I know about the liquor industry, and obviously not as a guy who like makes it and sells it, but this game is all about velocity, right? Anything you're talking about CPG wise, it doesn't matter. Any consumable product good it's about velocity, you know? Like if you're moving a lot of it, you're probably not gonna go broke as long as you manage the fucking money properly. How are you gonna get velocity in an industry with so many options? Arguably, an infinite amount.
Right.
Because for every one that goes out of business, 5 new ones pop up, right? So it's like, I mean, it grows faster than human population, you know? And so to be, you know, to decipher all of this, I just think like you need to have a story. You need to focus on telling that story every day. Like you said, brand awareness. What does your brand stand for? Why do people want to fuck with it, you know? And there are some great stories out there that just don't get told, you know, and people don't know about it. And this is why people don't resonate with their brand.
Yeah,
you know?
tell us one.
So, all right. So a place I'm actually going in a couple weeks, I'm going down to Belize to do some content for Kopali rum, right? So one thing I love about Kopali is that they're actually a net negative carbon footprint, right?
Oh.
So that means that whatever the fuck they're doing to make rum, they're actually helping the local environment.
Okay,
right?
love that.
They've built a fully sustainable resort on that distillery. So you can visit, see the whole production, right? It's a really good rum, and it sells for $30 a bottle and a fucking liter, right? I know plenty of rums selling for more expensive than that, pumping 41 grams of sugar into the fucking rum at the end of production to bring up the sweetness to appeal more to this American market, and probably just deforesting fucking land to make way for a single monocrop of fucking sugarcane to produce their rum, right? So that's a story that most people don't know.
Yeah.
I walk into a lot of liquor stores, I don't even see Kopali, and then when I see it, it's just like the one single bottle
and one little
down
row
towards the bottom, you know? So great rum, fucking tastes fantastic, doing something positive for the environment. The story isn't really known.
Yeah, what's their social media like?
pretty basic, you know, like most of them, but filled with still images.
Oh no.
Yeah, which as you know, and like, you don't have to take my advice.
Yeah.
You could just go follow the guy who's the CEO of Instagram, and he's on there every week telling you how fucking still images are dead. But you're all still paying photographers to take still imagery of your bottle of rum to get 2 comments and 6 likes. And the fucked up thing is that most of you probably paid somebody internally in your company to manage this account. So somebody is paid a salary to not create, just to repost. And then when I come to you talking about compensation to create, it's like, I don't know, like I got a dick growing off my forehead, you know? It's strange, you know, the decision-making process, but I don't run people's companies and I can't think for them. All you can do, as you know, is just kind of present them with your ideas and your thoughts. You know, people come to my channel every day and it's always like, hey, love your recommendations, went and tried this, bought this, it was fucking awesome, right? Like, how much of what you're posting as a brand in this industry every day is driving that? How many people show up in your comment section or your DMs and say, dude, I saw the post about your new fucking expression. I went, I bought it. It's fucking phenomenal. You guys are great. None of them. Yeah. None of you, that's not happening. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you want that? You understand? Like, I mean, do I like why do I think people fuck with Clase Azul and Casamigos or 1942, for example, is because of the flex. It's about what it says about you if you're drinking a $170 bottle of Reposado. I mean, Casamigos isn't really expensive anymore, but still, it's just what people think is fucking good tequila for a good price, you know? The other shit is just overpriced garbage, but it's what people think when you're drinking that, right? Like, I can remember I was at one of my clients' houses doing an event. It's probably like a $25 million fucking house in South Miami. And at one point, he's breaking out the black beaded bottles of Clase Azul Mezcal that he bought, right? On the secondary market. So it probably cost him like $9,000-$10,000 for the bottle, right?
Oh my goodness.
But like, you can see, like, he's
proud.
He's proud.
He's proud.
Fucking proud that he got ripped off. But he's proud because the guys that he's showing the bottle to are impressed.
They're like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bejeweled.
Yeah, you know, and like, if you're listening to this and you don't live in Miami, like, and you've never been here, this is the fucking culture of Miami. You understand that? Like, I lived in Southern California. So the difference of the culture is, like, in Southern California, you're talking to a billionaire. He's wearing board shorts and sandals. You'd never know it. Here, you're talking to a guy with a negative checking account balance, but he's driving a fucking 6-figure sports car, and he's wearing fucking gold chains, and he's like a fucking $60,000 watch, right?
Yep.
It's fucking weird, but that's how it is. Like, in this city, it's about showcasing what you have, even that $10,000 bottle of overpriced tequila. Now, let's just say no one knew Clase Azul at all, right? It was a no-name tequila. He wouldn't flex the bottle. It wouldn't be impressive to anybody, right? Like, I remember there's a guy I follow. I love him, actually. I won't say his name, but I love him. He's a private chef. He'll know that I'm talking about him if he sees this. He's a private chef. He owns a company in Miami. You know, he's supported me for years on social media. I support him as well. But he was posting a video one day. He was like walking around his condo and he was showing his bar cart, right? And the bar cart had like Casamigos, Clase Azul, 818, the Kendall Jenner fucking tequila and shit. And I commented and I was like, man, when I come to your house one day, I'm fucking throwing all that shit in the trash, right? And his response back was like, dude, I gotta keep this shit stocked for the ladies, right? And it's just like, he's kind of right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, you know, he's a single guy. He's the fucking the bachelor pad. Like, you know, you're throwing parties at the house. You got the girls coming over. Like, you start pouring Fortaleza and like Cascanes. And they're like, yo, what the fuck is this? Right? But like, you break out this fucking fancy 818 bottle. It's like, they think, oh, okay, you know.
He's cool.
Chef's got the fucking, he's doing good. You know, he's got it together. And this is the thing. It's just, it's imagery, man. You know, it's imagery. And I guess maybe why I dislike it all so much is like, I'm from a small town called Tiverton in the littlest state in America, 30,000 people. I come from the opposite of flex, the polar opposite. Like, if the richest motherfucker in my town, like, you wouldn't even know that guy's rich, you know? Like, you'd have no idea. It's just, it's a very humble part of our country. You know, just we call them blue collar people for a reason, you know? And So then, I live here in like the land of flash and elegance, and it's like, what the fuck is with this shit?
Yeah.
It's just douchery. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I see it. I see so much of it. It just gets like, it kind of just gets annoying. So it's like, you know what? Let's see if people care what I have to say.
So far, yeah.
Just fucking turned out that they did.
They do care.
Like, they do care. Yeah, it's crazy.
But that's why they're asking you about the tequila. That's why they want those. Yeah. That's why they trust you.
Yeah, I think I think for me, what I've been able to do with them is always just be you, So, like, I was raised by a single mom. I always say, like, she's like a fucking pit viper of a woman. She's like, I'm 5'6". My mom's probably like 5'2", but she's vicious. She's like a pit bull, Like she latches on. She's like, she's never gonna let go. And so, like, my mom, when she was raising me, she would say shit to me like, listen, if you ever get into an argument with somebody, just understand, like, you're always gonna probably be the smallest guy in the room, so just be the loudest motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, and the other rule was always swing first, never wait to get hit. Okay.
These are good, two solid pieces of advice.
I was like, I'm gonna teach my daughters the same thing. But it's I think that I've carried that chip on my shoulder kind of my whole life. Like, my family has always been very proud to just be who the fuck they are. Say what's on your mind. Say what you're thinking. Transparency is the way. Mm-hmm. So, like, I remember a bunch of people would say to me all the time in DMs, like, hey, do you have to say fuck all the time? You're always saying fuck. You use so much profanity in your videos. And then I would say to them, like, I don't know if you think that I'm doing this intentionally, but I'm not. You understand? Like, that's part of what makes me relatable, is I didn't write a script to be a perfect specimen because I was worried that somebody in a corporate office might see this and say, man, I really like him. I love his hair. His glasses are great. But if he just stopped saying fuck all the time, we'd pay him to make some content. No. I didn't even do this to make money making content. You understand?
Yeah.
The only reason why I tell brands you got to pay me now is because it takes fucking time. And, like, I got to pay editors to do the shit. Like,
yeah.
It's just not free for me to do.
Yeah,
and why the fuck would anybody nobody spends money marketing my business. Yeah. Nobody. In 11 fucking years, no one spent a dime. It's all been on me, you know?
Yeah.
And not a single service or person that has ever helped me in 11 years has ever been free. Right. Not once. Yeah. Not fucking once. I paid ad companies like $30,000 to get 0 events in 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid people a lot of money to get me no deliverables at all, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm guaranteeing you deliverables, and it's like you still don't want to do it. But so anyway, I just think that that's what the audience resonates with, you know? Not saying because I say the word fuck like 42 times in a minute and 45 seconds, but I just feel like they know that I'm just speaking truthfully, honestly, right? Like, I put together scripts because I need to stay on topic and not rant off to the side too far.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I'm just there to be me. And if that bothers somebody, the internet's a big place. You know, just hit unfollow, move on. I'm not going to be mad. It's all good. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I know that going into it. Mm-hmm. And I'm perfectly fine with it. Mm-hmm. You know, like, sometimes people come at me all the time, like, oh, I don't fucking like that you said this. And I'm like, dude,
cool.
There's that fucking line wraps around the corner, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Get in the back of the line. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, nobody should be living a life caring about what unknown people think about you.
Yeah.
That's the truth. If you do, you need to see a therapist. And that's not an insult. I talk to one every Wednesday, you know? Like, it's all good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
you should.
Absolutely.
We all need a therapist, you know?
Well, you sound like you're their tequila therapist. Joe says we have the same haircut.
You got more brown roots though than I do these days.
Yeah.
My highlights are fairly new. So but that is hilarious.
Okay, let's see. Let's talk about maybe, like, I don't know, 3 myths everyone should know about tequila. Like, what do people need to know?
3 myths.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one myth, actually. It's funny. I just posted a video about this the other day. So I got sent this video from like 8 different people one random afternoon. It's some tourist in a tequila shop in Cancun, and the guy that runs the tequila shop is taking 2 bottles of tequila, one supposedly shitty tequila with additives, and one, which of course is his tequila, which is clean and very high quality, right? And so he shakes the bottles, right? And then it creates foam in the neck.
Uh-huh.
And then he says to the tourist, like, you know, if the foam dissipates really fast, it's because there's no additives. It's a very clean, traditional, clean tequila. But if the foam residue stays behind and takes a while to dissipate, it's because of all the additives and glycerin and all this other shit, right? If you shake anything in a bottle that has alcohol in it, it will create foam at the fucking neck. And the reason that that foam will dissipate is, I mean, fucking temperature, like pressure in the bottle.
How hard you shake it.
How hard you fucking shook it. Like, I mean, there's these, you know, there was the same with the myth of like, pour tequila in your hand, rub it. If your hands stick, you know, it means there's added sugars and additives and things like this. I think there's some old school, like, people that don't necessarily completely abolish that method. But there's just too many factors that could make your hands sticky when rubbing it, that to say that that's a definitive method towards detecting additives is fucking ludicrous. Like, your hands are not lab equipment. You understand? And shaking bottles is fucking bullshit. It's just tourist theater, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's another thing too. All right? In case you didn't fucking know this, guys. Like, nothing in Cancun is really Mexican. So, like, listening to a guy in a tequila shop in, of all places, fucking Cancun, talk to you about quality fucking tequila, which, by the way, is not made in fucking Cancun, okay? Or anywhere in the Yucatan, for that matter. It's just, it's fucking delusional. Like, everything is in American dollars there, and English is the first language. Like, that should be a red flag for you, like, right away, right? Like, anywhere that has a Senior Frogs, fucking don't believe that there's nothing authentic about it, okay? So that's one myth. If you want to know if there's additives in fucking tequila, drink enough of it. Go to fucking, you know, go to tastings, learn about, like, what tequila really should fucking taste like. And then just keep tasting tequilas. And believe me, the additives will start to kind of come through because you'll understand what you should and should not fucking taste, right? It's kind of like, I think that's one of the best ways, right? Or lab test, then you're not going to do that. So that's definitely, I think, one myth, because I see it all the time. There's always another influencer jumping on here telling you about some other fucking method about how you can tell tequila. There are some things where you can, like, burn it on a stove and see how fast the alcohol burns off and stuff. I'm going to do some of those demonstrational videos coming up, but that's one. I would say, I don't know if this is a myth, but I just think that it's something that people probably should be aware of, right? So, like, let's take, like, European wines and, like, American whiskey, for example, right? You have a governing body that basically protects these industries, right? There are rules, regulations. Like, in whiskey, for example, it's got to be aged a minimum of 2 years. New charred American oak barrels, right? Can't be used barrels and shit like this. You know, to be bourbon, has to be, you know, the base mash has to be made from at least a minimum of 51% corn. Rye would be just the opposite. These things are, it's like non-negotiable, right? Like, no one's out here fucking with this, you know, to cut corners, you know? There just seems to be more of this, like, genuine and honesty. So what you're getting as an end result product just feels like it's easier to kind of understand because you don't feel like there's a lack of transparency, right? I just feel like the CRT these days, which is the governing body of tequila, is just doing shit that, for me, I just, you know, like, whatever. I'm not the CRT. I don't run tequila. It's not my duty to say what goes, what doesn't. But it just doesn't make sense where it feels like they want to strip transparency from their own industry, right? Like, suing Tequila Matchmaker, fucking, like, taking away their passports, forcing them to sell their house. Like, you basically kick these people out of the country because why? Because they created a process to certify additive-free tequila and then let people know about it. And then kind of also let them know what brands were not certified additive-free. Like, in fairness to them, they weren't saying, like, this brand puts this in their tequila. They were just saying that we can't certify them as fucking additive-free. They don't want to open their doors and show us the process, so we got to assume that they're trying to hide something, right? Is that an unfair assumption? No. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you don't have anything to hide, then you don't hide anything. You understand? Like, if additive-free is a movement and I make my tequila with 3 ingredients, then I'm going to fucking market that it's additive free.
You're gonna, like, wave them in. Come inside. Come check it out.
100%, right? And so if not, because you don't want people to fucking know, right? So, you know, like, now, for example, I was having, like, a discussion with some tequila brands recently, and it was like, I guess the CRT is forcing them to remove additive free from, like, any of their labeling, any of their marketing, you know, like fucking like Patron, which by the way, like I've never been a big fan of the taste of Patron, but like bravo to whoever the fuck is on their marketing team, because I love the fact that they took this and they ran with it, right? Like, oh, we can't tell you our tequila's additive free, then we'll show you. Like, I like the fucking fact that they're kind of giving a finger to their own governing body, and that takes balls. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it takes some balls. So, you know, I think that's kind of another thing. Again, I don't know if that's necessarily like a myth, but I just think that
people should know.
People should know that, you know, like the governing what I'm saying is, don't think that just because there's rules and regulations around tequila that even the governing body isn't allowing maybe people to bend and twist those rules. Mm-hmm. Understand that money always fucking wins, you know? And if enough money is presented to anybody, corners can easily get fucking cut. Or better yet, just a blind eye gets turned, right? Like if I don't see it, if we were just talking about Chinese manufacturing plants and how the boss leaves at 6 p.m. and he just gets some money to just keep the factory running, but I didn't see anything, you know? Yeah. Where does all that shit go? Just counterfeit, right? So that's kind of, I think, the other myth.
That's good.
And then I don't know, I would say the third one, just because like this is something I hear and see a lot, is like that like all the good tequila is only kept in Mexico, right? Yeah. Like I see this a lot, like, because I will mention like good tequilas, additive-free tequilas, and then somebody in like Mexico will be like, all those tequilas suck. We don't fucking drink any of those here in Mexico. So I want to explain this while I have a moment, right? That brand didn't make the tequila to sell in your country. Because if it did, it couldn't sell the bottle for $80 fucking a 750 milliliter. Like, that's the truth, dude. Like, they didn't make it to sell in your country. Mm-hmm. You know, like, that's not an insult to Mexicans. I'm not insulting your country, like, at all. I love Mexico. It's one of my favorite places on earth. But that's just the reality. Like, people don't understand this, you know? Like, they just think, you know, look, a lot of, and this would be my last one. This would be like my fourth one, is like, most, and I think it's like, again, you could challenge this statistic, but I think it's like 80% of the tequila brands that exist, right, have nothing to do with the production of their tequila. So they're effectively a sales and marketing firm at that point, right? Now, I want to make something clear that like tequila has to be made in Jalisco, okay? Mm-hmm. And you have fucking Tequilero has been making tequila down there for decades, you know, a long fucking time. So yeah, like if me and you wanted to start a tequila, are we going to go buy land, plant our own agaves, wait 8 years for them to mature, hire a fucking master tequilero to create the tequila for us after the fucking agaves are harvested in 8 years? Obviously, that's a much more ambitious project than we just go down there, we find a tequilero who already makes tequila, and we just buy batches of that tequila and we fill our bottles, right? So that does not mean that it's shit tequila. No, I mean, like, these guys have been doing this for a long time. They know what the fuck they're doing. It's okay. We can buy their product and stick it in our bottle. But I'm just saying that at that point, what are we? Yeah. We're just a sales and marketing firm, right? Because what we're effectively doing is just marketing and trying to push it into as many accounts as possible. We have nothing to do with the production, right? We don't own the land. We don't own these fucking agaves. We don't plant them. Like, we're probably barely even there when they bottle the fucking thing, right? So it's just like, you know, a lot of people are not necessarily aware of that. And this is why I'm so adamant about stay the fuck away from celebrity brands. Because the fucking reason, again, this is not an insult, by the way. Like, The Rock, if you hear this, please, I want no problems with your biceps, but, and I do like you as a human and as a fucking actor.
Yeah,
but,
also same.
But it's like, have you ever seen him put the tequila to his lips?
No.
No, I've seen it in his hands a bunch of fucking times, but I've never seen him put it to his lips. It's like one day he supposedly drinks, but then another day he's like, I don't drink at all. So it's like, which one is it, right? Yeah. Okay, so then why are you attached to Terramana? Because your name and likeness. Do we really think that Kendall Jenner has a fucking clue about what tequila's even made of?
No.
Doubt it.
Of course not.
No offense, but like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, in case you didn't know, she probably doesn't really know that much about makeup either, except for just how to apply it and take it off. You know what I'm saying? But like, she doesn't know the fucking chemical makeup. It's
of course not.
Yeah, it's just, dude, you have a following. You understand? Like, we know this because brands call us because we have a following and they want us to make content around their fucking shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I have a couple 100,000 followers, but imagine I'm The Rock, 10 million people follow me. Okay, I could just sit there and put the glass near my lips.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to drink it.
To drink it, and they'll sell more bottles.
Yeah.
You know? And this is this fucking crazy, stupid world that we live in, you know? We live in this dumb world where it's like, if a celebrity we know drinks something, then it must be fucking good, you know? Shit, I mean, to be honest, I don't even think the tequila is good, by the way, but I'll give Kevin Hart at least credit because he drinks his fucking tequila all the time on camera, you know? I've never seen Kendall drink it. I've never seen fucking Mark Wahlberg. Like, are you drinking Flecha Azul? Like, let's be honest, because I haven't seen it. Like, The Rock, don't see him drinking it. Matthew McConaughey probably drinks fucking tequila, but I don't like your Pantalone. Sorry. And again, another guy that I really like. Like, love the guy, but I can't get with celebrity brands because for me, it's just a sales and marketing firm that went and found a celebrity to get involved so that they could push more of a product. Money. So it's not about what's in the bottle. It's about the face that represents the brand. That makes us popular. That makes us good, you know?
No,
so I just say, fuck it. You know, I don't get involved. I stay away. I don't care, even if it is. I mean, and there are some brands that I don't think are total trash that do have celebrities.
Like what? Like who?
Four Walls, Irish whiskey, you know. Maybe I'm being biased because I just really love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know, like I do love the show.
Yeah, I was going to ask you which celebrity ones. Have you tasted it all? Have you tasted every tequila?
No, every tequila, impossible. But usually the celebrity ones, like, yeah, because and not all of them, no. Because some of them, at this point now, I just don't even bother. Like, that's my thing. So I kind of stopped. People ask me about Flecha Azul. You want my honest opinion? I've never tried it because I just don't fucking care. And I like Mark Wahlberg. I'm from fucking New England, man. It's so is Mark. You know what I mean?
Him.
We root for the same sports teams, bro. I love the guy. You know?
Yeah.
But I'd rather wear a municipal than buy Flecha Azul. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch your movies. I'll even buy your fucking goddamn golf clothes, but I'm not buying your tequila.
Yeah.
Because the tequila industry don't need another celebrity, Ren. It just doesn't. And this is what we're doing. So we don't care about making good quality tequila anymore. We just care about what celebrity is attached. I don't know. Fuck that. Dos Hombres, Mezcal. Also pretty good. Yeah. Guys from Breaking Bad. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good for them. I didn't know this is just like a thing you do. You become famous. You make tequila, whiskey.
Yeah, I know.
Vodka.
And that's what I'm saying. So, you know, and trust me, and there are, like, you know, fucking, I don't want no problems with Conor McGregor, but like Proper 12 is garbage. You know what I mean? It's bad, bro. It's so bad. Jay-Z, love him, but Duce is awful. You know? MJ was a legend on the court, but Sincoro is a foul. You know, like, it's yeah, it's, you know, again, just name and likingness, you know, and I try to stay away from that shit. Like, there are some people out there making some absolutely incredible tequilas and vodkas and gins and rums and whiskeys. Yeah. You know, it's just, they just don't get that recognition. They don't get the kind of awareness, brand awareness that a lot of these other brands can get because
money.
Yeah, what you got to pay. Actually, that's the thing, right? Like, you can't even pay The Rock to make a post. What you got to do, give them a piece of your company.
Yeah.
That's what those guys negotiate. That's the truth. You know, I was just talking to the canned beverage that you saw me drinking when I came in here. They were telling me when I talked to them the other day, like, they were approached by like Post Malone, right? But
Posty.
it was, I love him. He wanted a percentage,
of course,
of the company, not a dollar amount to promote.
Because it's ongoing.
Yeah.
Because it's not one post.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this content, social media in general, it just lives on. People don't realize the amount of weight it genuinely carries.
And that's what it takes, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's funny because this is my conversation. Well, this is where I'm trying to steer most conversations these days with brands. You know, you would know this better than me because you've just been doing this longer. Like, listen, I'll gladly charge you to make an organic reel, but let's be fucking honest. What are the odds it's going to hit 20 million views? Very slim.
Yeah.
Like, I've been doing this shit for 10 years. I've had one video go that high, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, it was calling out 3 major tequila brands. So I'm not an idiot. It was that topic that it was about that really pushed the virality. And what I try to explain to them is, like, the better move here, and it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying this to benefit myself. So if any brands actually see this and listening, you should be looking for this with somebody that you feel is a good storyteller, good content creator, and resonates with your brand. Creating 3 or 6 month content partnerships where you have that creator making content every week around your brand in the form of stories, making ad reels that you can then, by the way, you can go and push and put money behind and then fucking get that direct bottom of the funnel ROI that all of you are so obsessed about, right? So that you can see the actual sale drip through the funnel. I get it. But that's what you need. Because me making a post in February and you thinking that it's still growing your brand in December is delusional. It's not even growing your fucking brand the next month. You understand? Because that's how the platforms work, you know? So you want this regularly, you know? Like, if I owned a brand in this space, that's what I would look for. What guy can I fucking cover his body in swag, send him product every month, fly him out to said location where we make it, have him meet the fucking team, meet the distillers, the blenders, all this shit, film all this content, and now post stories and fucking and organic reels every single fucking week, you know, every month, and then feed back like 1 or 2 ad reels that then the company can take and go do your own shit with,
Absolutely.
Right? And then get that bottom of the funnel ROI. Is that going to cost you $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month? Potentially, but so does the social media manager, and they don't create anything. They repost shit that other fucking people actually created. I'm not insulting social media managers, by the way. So
well, I make content. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, some of them do make content for sure.
Yeah, but most of them don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's more about managing a platform, and it's like, dude, you don't need that. You need a message and a story, and someone's got to be pushing it every time. So here's something that I know a lot of other brands don't understand about social media. You do, and it took me a while to understand this. As if your content creator is good, their objective every time they make a piece of content and post it, and this is not an insult to anybody who follows me, we didn't make it for you. We made it for the people who don't follow us. That's the fucking objective. It is not just to continue to recycle the following that you have. It's to get the attention of the fucking people that don't currently follow you now. That's how you grow an audience. That's how you bring fucking people in, right? Okay, you're not doing that with still images, regurgitated content. That's not how it works. Yeah. You need organic content, posted consistently, posted regularly. With creators that understand I'm creating for the audience that doesn't follow us yet. And that's how your brand, you know, I know this is crazy, but think of like compounding interest, right? Like
there you go.
Just keeps growing and growing and growing, you know? It's everybody understands that concept when it's talking about actual financials, but when you're talking about social like media. Brand growth, it's like everybody gets kind of like deer in the headlights and doesn't understand, you know? And it's amazing because like, ask me how many classes I took about marketing, 0. You know what I mean? Like it's just, you get to understand human psychology, which is what we talked about. And I think human psychology and the understanding of it, that is marketing. That's literally marketing. Yeah, how do you tap into someone's fucking psyche by them scrolling on their phone?
Yeah, you know? And then I mean, if you do it every single day consistently, the amount of information you gain from that alone, that you can't, there's so many subtle nuances that you probably are even unaware of that you implement on the next one and then keep going. And
and it helps you grow. Like, I mean, as a content creator, for example, myself, part of my content ideas come to me from the audience. Yeah. Because you read what they're asking you, right? And so you're able to adjust and now move with what the fuck it is they want. Okay, dude, if I'm making a product or a service, isn't that the fucking objective? Like, are you kidding me? Like, why do you do market research before you start the business? To understand what the fucking industry needs. Like, you know what I mean? What am I, you know, if I'm not trying to recreate the wheel, but I'm just trying to make the best fucking wheel in town. Okay, so what do I need to implement to make the wheel the best one, right? And you learn this when you're consistently engaging with real fucking people. And it's like people just don't get this. Like what is it? Is it 3 billion, right? 3 billion people that open Instagram every day out of a planet of 8 billion. And it's like, and we're still having conversations with some of these brands, like trying to make them understand the importance of this, you know? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. Like the people I follow, you know, in my entrepreneurial journey, like I'm thinking of someone like Gary Vee, right? Like, I mean, if you follow Gary Vee for years and you still haven't understood the concept of putting content out consistently and how that benefits you, dude, then you're not listening to the guy.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I
and
mean?
actually,
Like,
maybe that's just like a good piece of advice. Is like brands need to follow other people who talk about.
yeah. And by the way, like, it doesn't have to, like, follow Gary. Like, you don't have to listen to me.
Yeah, follow.
I'm still small enough where you could just call me a fucking idiot and disagree with me, but you can't say that about him.
No, you can't.
He's like the pioneer of social media content. You know, he was doing it when everybody told him he was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I love that.
Who ended up being right.
Yeah.
He was right, right? Like, how many years did he do that fucking wine channel? It was like 5 with no followers. And now look at, he's like the most followed man in social media, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the consistency, you know, he says jab, 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 you know, right hook, right? And I think it's the same thing is said to be true, like when you're trying to grow a brand, you know, whether that's liquor, fucking Bloody Mary mix, an RTD, or a cocktail catering company like myself, you know, it's the same shit. So.
All right, let's see. Tequila. Okay. What are you drinking? What tequila are you drinking?
Ooh, that's a good question. I drink a lot of different tequilas nowadays. You know, because of the content stuff, I get sent a lot of fucking product. I think the best way to answer that question, though, first, is that, believe it or not, I don't actually drink that much anymore. It's not because of strictly a health choice. I just say that because it is ironic. I work with liquor like every day. It's like my cocktail catering business does hundreds of events a year.
Yeah.
But you know, look, I got a small child. You know, I think when you have a kid, like, your alcohol consumption changes. Well, I don't know. It could go either way, really.
Yeah,
But it started to change for me because, you know, like, you got a little person that wakes up super early every day.
God, 6 a.m.
And you've been there when, like, you did make the decision to get fucked up the night before, and you thought you could be hungover and take care of your child, and you were like, yeah,
I'm the worst version of myself.
It's basically torture.
Literally, I'm like all day.
I've never been tortured, but that's the closest to it that you could ever be like.
Yeah,
live.
and then to repeatedly do that over again, it's quite literally the definition of insanity. So I'm like, I also don't drink anymore for the same.
I mean,
reason.
I drink. But it's more about socially. Like when I travel, which is usually like every summer, you know, for the whole summer I leave. I just didn't this year because I had a lot of things going on. But, you know, that's different. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to kind of, you know, live a bit of a different lifestyle for a temporary period of time.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like, I like nowadays I drink more out of research. More than anything.
Research tequila.
You know? It's true. I'm tasting things that people sent me, testing cocktail recipes in my warehouse, you know. There are some days, like I remember actually it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. I was in the warehouse and I ended up doing like probably like 8 videos back to back to back. But without really thinking about it, they were all taste review videos. So like by the time I got like past the 8th video, it was like 6 p.m. and I was like fucking half in the bag. I'd been drinking like 3 different RTDs, some fucking Irish cream brand that sent me this, like, you know, it was
You're having a good time.
Yeah, way too good of a time. I remember being like, all right, I'm going to stop because like I'm going to get too sauced to like continue to do these videos. But some tequilas that I really like these days that I've been sipping on, I got some Casa Azul, not Clase Azul, Casa, C-A-S-A Azul, very like beautiful light blue frosted bottle. Great fucking tequila, I almost said Castores, Cascanes, because they sent me a bunch of product and I've just been sipping it fucking slowly because it's delicious. I have a bottle of Fortaleza lying around. I love this tequila. It's just hard to get your hands on. I mean, you can find it online. When I say it's hard to get your hands on, it's just I don't walk into a lot of liquor stores and just see it on the shelf. But you can get it online for sure. Quintaleza, shout out to them, local brand.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy the taste of it. They do finish in cold brew coffee barrels that come out of Chiapas, Mexico. And it was cool too because I was talking to him and he was kind of explaining to me like how he was testing it in like these small wood barrels. And for a while it wasn't working and it was like, I don't know, he had to leave to go out of town for like a few days and forgot to drain the barrel. So it left it there for like an extra week. And when you're doing it in small barrels, it's like a week is equivalent to like a month or some shit like this. I don't know. I forget how it breaks down. He was explaining it. But when he came back, he just happened to taste it and it was like spot on, right? So it kind of like they kind of accidentally figured out what the perfect age process was to finish in those barrels without becoming like overly bitter, you know, or something like this. And again, just, you know, kind of nice, different. Tequila Ocho, So there's like two right now that like I've tried. Well, Tequila Ocho I've been drinking for fucking years, but I just mentioned it because I think for the price point it sells at, I think it's Reposado's it's my personal favorite, you know, for a Repo. And I like to drink fucking Repo. Like, obviously, unless I'm drinking cocktails, then, you know, I'll use like silver. And another one was Volans Añejo. I thought it was fucking exceptional, right? Bit less known of a brand. But there's so much good shit out there. Mi Gente, shout out to them. Lalo is a really good fucking tequila I know is making. I
have had that one.
Yeah, it's a lot of people have,
yeah.
You know? Like, I don't know what the fuck it is Lalo's doing besides just making good tequila, but they're making a name for themselves, you know, for sure. Because whenever I post tequila videos, there's just a fucking slew of people that jump in the comment section like, what do you think about Lalo? What do you think about Lalo? So, you know, they're doing good things. There's so many, man. I'm a fan of a bunch, like Tapatio, Arrete,
and then what's the best way to drink tequila?
Depends on the expression of tequila. So, like, I kind of just stick with, like, silver tequila I mix in cocktails. You know, if I'm going to make a margarita, which I only make Tommy's margarita, so for all of you using your triple sec, that's fine. No judgment, but don't fucking come at me for not using it, okay? So I use silver in that. And then usually, like, Reposado I will use in cocktails still, but I think that's kind of where you start getting into, like, your sipping tequilas. And then I don't make cocktails with Añejo unless I'm doing, like, tequila old fashions.
So you just drink those straight?
Yeah. Okay. Not straight. Like, I don't drink anything neat. I don't like heat.
So cold, chilled.
Yeah, I always put, like, at least one large ice cube. Yeah, but that's just a personal thing. That's just me.
Yeah,
like, I have a weird thing about room temperature anything. Like, I fucking don't understand people who drink room temperature bottles of water.
Yeah,
like,
I'm one of those weirdos.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of people fucking do. A lot of people do. I don't know. I like shit to be ice cold.
That's
I don't know.
Okay.
Is that fucking weird?
Totally
I mean, unless I'm drinking coffee. Like, it's like, you know what's funny is then with coffee, it's the opposite.
You want it to be hot.
Yeah, like, fucking, I don't care if it's 115 degrees out. It's like, oh, you want it iced or hot? It's like, dude, who the fuck... Iced coffee is basically just a drink to get you by at 3-4 in the afternoon. Like, it's not what you drink at fucking 8 in the morning.
No, you're right. Yeah, the heat wakes you up. I totally agree.
Yeah, it feels like coffee.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like you're drinking fucking actual caffeine versus like the other one, which just feels like, I don't know, just some fucking watered down bullshit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I always, I usually drink, and that goes for pretty much everything. Like, even if I was drinking like high-end rum or whiskey, even though I don't fuck with a lot of brown spirits much anymore. Again, another one of those things it's just fucking kids, man.
No, I know, that's what I mean. Like, I was getting like migraines all of a sudden. As I'm getting older, old fashions were like my favorite. Yeah. And then I realized I cannot be a mom the next day, like, at all.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I mean, and even like, it's funny, like now, I forget, I was somewhere a few days ago, with one of the guys that I work with. And I probably was like, I don't know, I might have had like 3-4 drinks. I mean, I was fine. Like, you know, I got home, everything's good. But it was just like, as I was sitting on my couch later, I just remember thinking like, man, it's funny. Like 3-4 drinks used to like, that was like my warm-up phase.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And now it's like, by the fourth one,
where it's time to go home.
This is the decision-making process. Like, this is it. Because you go past this, like, we're entering dangerous territory here. You know what I mean? So kind of the point of no return. If we stop right now, then we're going to be good. You know? It's wild. It really is.
And then do you think that additive-free tequila gives you less of a hangover?
So, you know what? This is an interesting topic here. I think that one of the biggest reasons that tequila became so popular was because people started to promote it as the most natural spirit, which they're kind of right. Like, if it is made additive-free and it's just water, yeast, and fucking agave, sure. Very, very, very clean spirit. But people were kind of promoting it as like, as a result of that, you don't get headaches and you don't get hangovers, right? Okay, so let me fucking clear this up. When you're drinking alcohol, any alcohol, it produces a byproduct called acetaldehyde, okay? And the side effects of acetaldehyde, which is a toxin that ends up in your body, right, that gets produced through drinking alcohol. Is that what kills you? Basically, okay, you know, the nausea, the stomach cramps, the throwing up, vomiting, headaches, all this shit, that's caused by acetaldehyde. It is not caused by the quality or lack of quality of the spirit that you drank, okay? It's also not caused by mixing liquor. I should have said that as one of the fucking myths. Not the tequila myth, but it's just a stupid myth, you know? Like, you can fucking drink one tequila drink, one vodka drink, one gin drink, one whiskey drink, one fucking rum drink, one after the other, right? If you think that your liver understood what the fucking, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the byproduct was that this specific fucking shot was made from, and as a result, it hates you now, and it's like, go fuck yourself. and now I'm going to cause you pain the next day. No, that's not how it works. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's alcohol in your bloodstream and how much of it is fucking in there. That's the determining factor, right? So what the complexity of the makeup is of that alcohol doesn't matter. Plus, everything I just mentioned, by the way, is bottled pretty much at the same ABV, right? 40%, for the most part. I mean, some of them vary a little bit, but generally speaking. So yeah, the quality of it is not really what determines it. Now, am I saying that if you drank a shit quality tequila, it wouldn't make your hangover worse? Yeah, fuck yeah, it would. But it's not the determining factor. Like, so I hear this all the time. Like, I literally, like the 1942 thing. This is always the argument. Like, I wake up all the time and I never have a hangover. Dude, maybe you're a fucking alcoholic. Like, what the fuck you want me to tell you? There's a bunch of fucking reasons why you might not have had a hangover. Maybe you were just perfectly hydrated. Maybe you drank enough fucking water. Maybe you had enough food in your system, so you were able to absorb some of that fucking alcohol instead of just like processing it through your fucking liver. And, you know, I mean, the alcohol's gonna get processed through your liver regardless. But, you know, again, like if you're eating food, your weight, I don't know. What do you weigh? What's your muscle definition, right? I work out all the time. So it's like when I'm drinking, it has a much faster onset, right? But it also dissipates out of the body a bit faster too, because my metabolism works faster than most people, right? Like you're, you know, burning this off a little bit quicker. So there's so many fucking factors. It's like if you woke up the next day with, like I said, alcoholics wake up with no hangover as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Like, you think what? Like what they're drinking is fucking good? No, dude. Not at all. They're scraping pennies together to buy fucking nips. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
I'm just really glad that you said that, because all those years I was trying to chase never having a hangover, and I realized that the answer was not drinking.
If you really want to avoid hangovers, honestly, those fucking the packages of like the powders, like I'm thinking of Buzzed Buddy, right? Like, it's like you can buy these things. Like I think you buy them like 10 packs for like $50, right? Come home from a night of drinking, rip that fucking thing open. It's like those little vitamin C packs you used to mix when you needed to get a little immune system booster. Mix that with some water and chug that shit. What that's doing is it has compounds in there that counteract the acetaldehyde. So it really does work. Like you really wake up with no fucking hangover. It's legit. Like it's probably, I mean, you're probably spending like $150 to get wasted. But you don't want to spend $5 to avoid the hangover.
I will spend all the money.
Exactly. Like, you know, it's fucking, so try those things. If people are really interested in like still enjoying themselves and they know they're going to, and they just like, I don't know, they're worried about how they're going to feel the next day. Yeah. Like fucking chug those fucking powders, man, at the end of the night, you know, for sure. They really do work. I promise you. And there's a bunch out there. You have so many fucking options these days, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What does proofing water mean? How do you feel about proofing water?
Proofing water?
Do you know what that means?
Or like proofing by adding water?
Some folks get super granular, rainwater, spring water, filtered deep. Does it make a real difference?
Oh, like the source of water.
Yeah, I think Joe wrote one of these.
You know, look, I think that I think in something like tequila production, yeah, for sure. I do think that the water is going to make a difference. Like, I remember I visited Jack Daniel's distillery years ago. So like won this competition. They send a bunch of bartenders out there. Now I don't drink Jack anymore. I'm not a Jack and Coke guy, but that's not an insult to Jack. I just don't like the flavor profile of like sour mash whiskey. But the reason that distillery is located where the fuck it is was because the natural water aquifer that Jack Daniels found, right? So it's right there. It's naturally filtered through that limestone underground that they have, right, out in that area. So so that water source is a major part of their whiskey production. So yes, I do think it's a huge factor, of course, especially in something like tequila when you're made with just 3 ingredients, right? It's like, you know, again, tequila is just made with agave, yeast, and fucking water. So if one of those ingredients is complete ass, right, being the water, then I do think that that'll be a reflection of how your tequila tastes. You know, it's funny. I actually I mention this a lot too because I don't know, just for me personally, like I just feel like with tequila, the product in which it derives from, being the agave plant, really has a huge effect on the end result. So like if you're growing like true, you know, good Blue Weber agaves to full maturity and whatnot, what you're pulling out of there and extracting out of there makes a huge difference of the end result of what's in the bottle. Now, why I say this is because, like, I mean, and I could be wrong, but I just don't know of a world where the quality of wheat varies. So like if we're making like for vodka, for example, like the thing that they're always focusing on in the marketing is the distillation and the filtration,
Yeah,
right?
nothing about that.
And based on the things that I understand, it's like through this distillation and filtration, you're stripping out the impurities, right? So vodka's kind of funny because like the intention is just to be a completely odorless and tasteless subject, right? Like that's what it's meant to be. And then we judge its quality based on what? What it doesn't taste like and smell like? Like I don't you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean, the smoothness, I get it, you know, the purity of the vodka, of course. But again, like I don't think that happens because of the wheat and like where it was sourced from or how it was grown per se.
Right.
I could be wrong on that. I've never grown fucking like pastures of fucking wheat. I don't, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. But you know, with agave, it does seem like, you know, that makes a huge fucking difference, you know? Like with rum, it's, you make it on fucking basically any multitude of derivatives of like sugar, whether that's sugarcane juice, sugarcane, molasses, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that does play a role, most certainly. But like rum just has such loose fucking laws, like, you know what I mean? That's why there just seems to be like way less uniformity in rum versus like a lot of vodkas can kind of taste very similar. It's just like which one's the smoother one. You know, whiskeys have to follow a lot of the same laws, so the differentiations can be much more subtle. So to like somebody who doesn't drink it very, very often, you maybe don't notice it as much. With tequila, like, I mean, something that I always look for right away, like the first thing when I taste spirits, is the heat, right? So like how strong does that ethanol really hit, right? If it hits really hot, to me, that means it's just a bad spirit, you know? And like you can see that, like some things, you know, fuck, what was I trying the other day? I was at a Peruvian restaurant and somebody gave me a shot of, I'm going to say this wrong, I think it was called Sigani. Sigani is like a fucking pisco that they're making in Bolivia.
Okay.
But the fucking, like the grapes are grown in an extreme high elevation, like above 3,000 meters or something like this. So like when you taste pisco, like you get that burn and you get that like floralness. This Singani tasted like fucking water with like this hint of ABV on the back. It was just fucking crazy to me, you know, like, cause it is pisco, but like the elevation of where this fucking shit was grown really changed the complexity of it. And I just thought like that was kind of fucking interesting, you know, like
That is.
dangerously kind of interesting. Like obviously it wasn't water like this, you know, but it like, I don't know. It just, the way you don't drink 40% ABV and like don't feel that burn like at all. It was just sort of wild, you know? But yeah, it's, look, there's, I think with this fucking, this world of like spirits that we live in today, you just need to, you know, do your research and just understand that like the brands that are household names, there are much better options out there, you know, as there are with everything, you know? Like I work and operate in a world that kind of pushes me to do more research, right? Like, I don't want to, for example, like I don't want to carry Coke products per se, right? Like for my event. So like, I don't want to do Sprite, Coke, ginger ale, diet, all this other shit. So now I'm out here like researching all these smaller companies in America that make handcrafted, low sugar, like sodas, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Are they more expensive? Fuck yeah. Do they taste a whole world of difference? Yes. Like I was explaining to you about tonics earlier today, right? Like what's classified as like what's justified as basically being tonic water today is just like soda water and quinine. But like tonic water back a long time ago was maybe like 20 something different botanicals. So like the flavor complexity of tonic, what we know of today is fucking nothing. But it's why most people hate tonic water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But like if you had like, you know, like there are people out there that are like crafting like tonic syrups, right? With all those fucking botanicals. And then you just like add some to your soda water and you'll suddenly love a gin and tonic. That's my point. You know? Like you don't like it now because it's been fucking basically simplified to a point where we've bastardized it, right? But there are people out there that are resurrecting true tradition and things They just don't have the marketing budgets for you to know who they fucking are unless, you know, you happen to live in that local area where they grew their brand essentially, right?
Yeah.
Because listen, if you want to go national, you need money. That's just how it works, you know? I was talking to a guy yesterday in my warehouse. Again, I won't say the company, but they're doing $1 million a week in revenue right now in the 2 years of being in business, right?
Wow.
They're one of the fastest, if they maintain the same pace, they'll be like the fastest growing canned beverage ever by 2027. That includes over Coca-Cola, right?
Wow.
It's massive. But the owner's primary job right now is out there raising money because they're scaling. So you would think if we were selling $1 million in product a week, we don't need to raise money, right? Yeah, you do. This is what it takes, man. Like, it's expensive. It's a fucking, you know, it takes time. It's just a process, you know, like most business is, you know, like it can get easy to go from like 0 to 100, but when you want to go from 100 to 100 million, you know, it takes a lot more, you know, and like when I'm having these conversations a lot with these brands, it's like I hear a lot of wants, but I don't see a lot of action, you know, at the same time. And you got to ask yourself, like, how are you trying to compete in this industry? Because those big brands, man, like I used to work the US Open tennis tournament in New York City. And, you know, you go up there for like 2-3 weeks, you'd make like $10,000-$12,000 just like slinging drinks a couple hours a day at the fucking tournament. Well, they have this signature drink there called the Honeydew. It's a fucking bullshit ass like honeydew melon Grey Goose fucking drink, right? I think last year they did $10 or $15 million in sales from that one drink in 14 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you and I probably both know that the bartender that created that recipe got paid like $500. So fucking he got fucked. But anyway, all that Grey Goose, it's my understanding, is donated. Right? Think about that. Like all that Grey Goose is donated. And so I use that as an example a lot when talking to some brands because I'm like, I mean, I'm not saying that these small brands, they can't afford to do that. I get it. But I just want them to understand what you're up against, right? The reason someone walks into a bar and goes, Goose and soda, like Goose and soda is a household name. Yeah. Goose, if you say it like that, like, you know, Jameson and Coke, you know what I mean? Like, it's like these things, household names happen because they gave a fuck ton of this shit away. You know, they sponsored a bunch of shit. Like, they didn't grow the quality of their vodka. Yeah. They grew they grew their brand name. That's what they grew. They grew a name, not the quality of something, you know? Yeah. And that's what the game is. So if I'm in the industry, I'm focused on making a good quality spirit. And then I'm focusing everything on how the fuck I push this out to the world.
Are you going to make a tequila?
No. I would never make a spirit. No, I would never make a RTD or a spirit. I think that, look, I know a guy that's owned a rum company for about 9 years. And I remember him telling me one day, if you ever just want to set money on fire, just start a spirit brand. That's funny. You know, because it's true. Like, I mean, especially tequila, like, because I feel like in tequila, like when I'm having conversations with some of these brands, the things that I hear is like, we like you because you can say the things we can't. That pisses me off, man. Like, that pisses me off that you can't say, in a free country, you can't say what you want because you're going to piss off a regulatory body in another country and they're going to strip your rights away from making the product. Who does that benefit? Yeah. Doesn't benefit the country, doesn't benefit the tequilero, doesn't benefit the farmer, doesn't benefit anybody. Yeah. You just, you know, that's too much power, in my opinion. Yeah. Nobody should have that kind of power, you know? Like, if I put all my time, effort, and money into growing a fucking brand, but, oh, God forbid, I said something bad about you, you're just going to rip that away from me? Yeah. Pull the rug out from under my feet? That's bullshit. I'm an American. Americans don't stand for shit like that, right? That's the truth. Like, that's the fucking truth. Like, come on. Like, you know, I'm not one to, I don't pound my chest about America this, America that, but if there's one thing Americans are fucking super proud of is their motherfucking freedom, because apparently they forgot there's like 209 other sovereign nations with freedom on the fucking planet. But, you know, it's, I don't know. I just think that it's you also have to play ball with a middleman. That's another thing I'm not crazy about. This is not an insult to distributors, but I'm just fucking saying, like, I made a product and now I gotta give it to you in order to move it to my customers. Fuck off, man. We can do better than this. Like the tri-state law system is fucking bullshit, and I actually think it would bring more transparency to the game. It would bring more profit to the fucking brands, right? Because like I remember like my cousin works with a Bloody Mary company, right? So like the way it works is like we sell to the distributor at $5 a bottle, right? And now the distributor sells to retail for $8 a bottle, right? If they need 20 cases of their own product to do their own event that they're going to pay to put on, they're buying those 20 cases from the distributor at the fucking, the $3 a bottle. I think is how it works. Because if they sold it to them for $5, then the distributor has to receive that $3 off of every bottle that leaves or something like that, or whatever. They're buying it back. I don't know. I don't know what the exact price. I just know that fucking you're buying your fucking product back from the distributor. They will send you a bill for you to get your own product, Yeah. I don't know, like, am I crazy or like does that just not seem fucked? Like this seems backwards. I created this product, I marketed, I fucking, you know what I mean? It's like my brand, and now I gotta buy it back from the distributor because I'm trying to do a promotional event myself.
Yeah, that's
weird. It just seems fucking weird. Like I don't understand it, and so I don't love the way that the industry works. I'm actually about to release my first CPG product next month. My lab test should be finalized by Monday. But I have no alcohol in it, right? So it's a fully all-natural, ready-to-serve cocktail mixer. So it's basically like when doing events, as many as I do, like some Saturdays there might be 7 events, and I have like 20 bartenders in all sorts of different locations doing weddings, corporate events, private events. So to make everything consistent is like I create all my own signature recipes and then basically batch all of those ingredients, like fresh citrus juice, syrups, shrub, like bitters, whatever the fuck is in there, fresh herbs infused. And then it's all that's getting batched into like a 750 milliliter and labeled, and then standardized measurements so that when the bartender has a menu of 4 cocktails and someone comes up and is like, let me get a Spice of Life. Okay, so he just grabs the bottle that says Spice of Life and measures an ounce and a half tequila, shake, strain, garnish, right?
Perfect.
So anybody who can use a jigger, use a shaker, can make a craft cocktail, because the magic is the base of what you're mixing with the liquor. That's just the reality, right? Okay, so then now I just batch it all, put it in a 750 milliliter bottle, and then send it to a facility, have it high pressure processed, get 90, 120 days of cold storage shelf life. And then the idea is for those who want to make delicious craft cocktails at home, but more so than that, I travel a lot, whether it's for work or personal, and you can't ever get a decent drink in a fucking airport. You stay at luxury hotels, all their cocktail menus fucking suck. Like majority of restaurants you go out to, I feel like the cocktails all taste like fucking lemonade. Now, is this the case when you go to like a good cocktail bar? No. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that we seem to have this gap where like the talent pool of people behind the bar has gotten shallower since COVID, because a lot of people left the industry and then younger people kind of moved in, but they weren't the people that were there when the whole spirit revival movement started. So for them, it's a job. For a lot of us who did it for 10 years, it was a passion, right? But then we just moved on, like I'm not trying to be in the 4 walls of a bar and restaurant anymore. I'm 40, I have a kid. So it's like so I think that there's that problem. They don't, you have the demand, if anything, has increased from the customer to get good craft cocktails. The in-house capabilities of establishments are just not there like they were when this whole thing took off. When it took off, every bartender wanted to be a mixologist, so we were all passionately learning from somebody else, and then someone could offer you the opportunity to come run their bar, and you were like, yes, because I can go make a name for myself. Yeah. That same passion just doesn't seem to be there in abundance anymore. So you got to still meet the demand, but you don't want to take on extra costs. Hire prep guys, bring a consultant in, right? Consulting, okay. $30,000 and 90 days of work. That's what I can offer you, right? But here's the problem, is once the 90 days is over, I've trained your staff, I made your cocktail menu, gave you prep guides, gave you order guides, all this other shit. But then I leave. This is a revolving door industry. So all those motherfuckers that I trained are probably gone in 12 months. Yeah. So what are you going to do? Pay me another $30,000 to come back in here? That's way too expensive for a company that if they squeeze 10%, that's good, right? Like, so you don't want to do that. That's expensive for a small margin business. So here's a better alternative. I'll build your cocktail menu for nothing. I'm not going to train your staff because I don't even really need to, but I will. I'll come here and do one quick training and teach them how to pour an ounce and a half, shake, strain, garnish, right? But I can build your 12 cocktail menu custom, won't charge you anything. Now I just sell you the product every week. So it's 52 weeks of churn versus one check, right?
Yeah.
As long as you stay in business and you're selling cocktails,
that's cool.
Wins. We all win, right?
That's
and
awesome.
It's better for you because your cost to make that cocktail is streamlined.
Yeah, and also
you're
all
not
the stuff
stocking
that
perishable ingredients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just buying the cases, pouring, selling immediately. It's got the shelf life to exist in your
Have
restaurant
you done
for a few
that
months.
anywhere around here already? I'm trying to think of all the ready-made.
So I already have people that I'm doing this with. It's just that, like, all right, so to run it through the high-pressure processing plants, I have to wait till I get that full final USDA, FDA approval, which is kind of fucking stupid because, let's be honest, you know what they're testing it for? Like, what, botulism and listeria? It's fucking juice, bro. It's like, let me tell you something. This isn't meat where, like, if it had that shit and you ate it, you wouldn't know. If you opened a bottle of fermented juice, what happens? It goes and fucking probably shoots out the top, right? Because the gas that fucking forms inside the bottle. So you're not going to get anybody fucking sick with it because they're going to know it wasn't good. It's just going to taste like shit if it goes bad, right?
Yeah.
But whatever, you got to do this. It is what it is. So I have some accounts that have started using the product. Like I have some catering services that do this. I think it's great for catering services because, you know, they're always trying to partner with me, but it's like you're a high-end service, I'm a high-end service. We can't put these prices together and expect the customer is going to come through here, but you can take your staff and serve high-quality, high-end cocktails, right? And for me, it's a scalable solution. So it's like, take what I do, scale it across the whole fucking country by just putting it in a bottle. Because if I try to make physical bartenders pop up in cities all over the country,
It's not possible.
it's not possible. It's just way too hard. It's damn near fucking impossible. You'll sacrifice a lot of quality of your service in order to do that. And for what? Just so I can make some more money? That's not the point. I don't feel like making money by just getting bitched at by people all day because they're pissed off about something that my team did. You know, it's like, no, I'm good. In another state that I wasn't present. Like, no, I'm okay. So I'm about to do that. But again, like, you know, funny enough, I remember talking about this with Joe like more than a year ago, when the idea wasn't necessarily do cocktail mixers. It was to do like full batch cocktails in mini kegs and sell those. And I just remember Joe just being like, remove the liquor, bro. Just forget the alcohol. I'm telling you, you're gonna make your life easier if you just don't fuck with liquor. And then like I gave that a lot of thought, and then I remembered like thinking he's right, because like people hire me for the events not because I can bring liquor.
Right.
Like they can buy liquor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, fuck, nowadays you can order it online. They'll deliver it to your house.
Yeah,
you know? That's not the magic in what I do. You know what I mean? It's creating unique, you know, cocktail recipes, utilizing all fresh ingredients, and then doing it in a fun, intricate, presented way, because that's events, you know? Like they want shit to be fun, you know, whether it's like, I don't know, dry ice or fucking smoke boxes or flavor blast or smoke bubbles, or get a fucking flair bartender to flip all sorts of shit around and fucking like pour it on his forehead.
Yeah, the smoke bubbles are really
shit like
cool.
that.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's like, especially for events, like I said, you know, events are really, well, actually, I shouldn't even just say events. Everybody's pulling this motherfucker out every time they go everywhere these days, right? Like, and the cooler experience is, the more you're filming it. Actually, that's kind of the thing. Like, I also realized this after my first couple of years, like to grow as a business, what I needed and what I wanted. So this is also a message to the brands, because this is how I grew my own shit, right? It was like, I started making cocktails in this over the top presentable way, because I knew when people would get the cocktail at the bar at the event, they would take the fucking phone out and they would film it. And what do they do with that? They post it to their fucking Instagram. You know how much business I picked up because somebody saw that Fortnite fucking battle bus cocktail that you made, or the fucking time you took the pineapple and you for a Toy Story party, and instead of doing Mr. Potato Head, you did it Mr. Pineapple Head, and I fucking literally took it, like put the, you know, all the fucking things that you stick to it, hollowed it out and served the cocktail in it. Like people see this shit and then they're like, hey, I saw my friend had you at their party and I saw these cocktails that you did, and I'm having a fucking wedding or an anniversary. It's my husband's birthday. Love to have you guys, you know? So the point I'm trying to make there is like, people fucking pay attention to shit on social media. They see something, they want it. Like, it's weird. I got to keep saying this. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking weird, but like, that's the truth. Like, if you don't think so, like, man, if you're a guy who owns like a fucking spirit brand and you think what I'm saying is, go ask your fucking wife how much she impulse fucking buys on fucking the internet from shit she fucking sees. I bet you she's bought clothing because some fucking woman that she follows wore some shit. She was like, "Ooh, I really like that dress or that hat, those shoes. Where the fuck did she get them?"
Because you know we're not watching TV anymore.
No.
We're not watching commercials anymore.
No, commercials
so
fucking suck.
Yeah,
It's
so
awful.
we are.
We spend more money for Spotify fucking accounts so we don't have to listen to the fucking ads. You know what I mean? Like that's how much we're into ads.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the thing. We don't want ads because we know what the intention of them is. It's to try to sell us. But when someone's just going about life and teaching you or keeping you in like engaged or intrigued, like you know how many fucking I post videos every day. You know how many times somebody writes me and says, "Dude, where did you get your sunglasses? Where do you buy your hats? Where the fuck did you get that shirt?" And I'm like, dude, I don't promote clothing.
I know,
It's like,
so
but
true.
they just watch, and it's like they see and they want. This is how it works. You know what I mean? Like, fucking get with it. Like, this isn't a complicated process, dude.
It's so funny when it happens too because I'm always like caught off guard. I'm like, damn, I have to get a link now, and I gotta send it.
I gotta do this link tree thing. What the fuck? It's like I don't want to fucking. The people are like, oh, you want to do affiliate? No, I don't want to do affiliate marketing. I don't want to make my life jumping on here every day to promote your fucking shit, so I get like one click every once in a while and make 50 cents. Like, no, I'm cool.
I always say no. I'm like, no.
Affiliate links is fucking bullshit. Like, I always tell people, like, in order for an affiliate link to work, I got to make content on your shit every day. I got to drive people to that link every fucking day. So basically, I'm your marketer. No, dude, they ain't fucking doing that.
For like cents.
For cents. For pennies per sale. No, I'm good, dude. I'm good. It's nuts.
It is. Okay. Oh, are you seeing the effects of climate change in the agave world?
I mean, so like in a physical manner, like having gone down there and physically seen it, no. But I have read some things like, you know, putting a lot of stress on like water resources in Jalisco, for example. I don't know if that's directly related to a result of like climate change more than it could just be like we're planting more agaves. So like as we plant more agaves, we need more fucking water. You know what I'm saying? And if that's already a region that's sort of, you know, a little barren of fucking water to begin with, right? Like, and we do dumb shit like this, right? Like, where's the world's largest almond farm? In fucking Southern California, where they get no fucking rain, where they're just always dealing with droughts. People can't even wash their cars or fill their fucking pool, but this guy can water almonds. Why don't you grow them in Florida? We have no shortage of water here. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, who came up with this? You know? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can't grow an almond tree in a place with this much humidity. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid, but it just would seem logical. You know what I mean? Like, then you wouldn't have this problem. But instead, no, we're just going to jack the water from the people of Southern California who pay the highest taxes in the country so we can water fucking almonds. Yeah, that's why I stopped drinking almond milk because of this. For real. I'm not kidding. Like, I stopped drinking almond milk for this because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Yo, it's fucking stupid. Like, we started drinking almond milk because we thought it was a better alternative to regular milk. Yeah, but we're just killing our fucking planet even more.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it just keeps happening, though.
I think we just love to believe that we're making better choices and not have to really dive deep.
They're just different choices.
Yeah. Like, you know, I tell people, like, look, I drive a Tesla. I'm going to be the first to tell you, I don't think I'm saving the planet. I did not buy the car because I thought I was saving the fucking planet. So if everybody wants to lecture me about how lithium fucking ion batteries cause more fucking pollution than fucking gas, it's like, dude, I don't really give, like, that's not why I bought the car. Get with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's, even if everybody changed to an electric vehicle tomorrow, we couldn't even reverse the carbon that's currently in the atmosphere, right? That's a problem as much as what we emit every fucking day. So it's like, no, I just feel like we make choices on instinct, and we're able to live with that because we convince ourselves, you know? I always am saying this, like, I never lie to myself, and I think that that's why I am sort of brutally honest, because we all lie to other people, but I can't lie to me. I know the truth, so it's like, if I feel guilt about something, I can't just ignore the guilt, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, but...
It might have something to do with your mom, your fierce mom.
Maybe. It's fucking possible.
So
yeah,
cute.
It's definitely possible. You know?
Is she down here too?
No, she's still in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But she comes down like to see, obviously, like my daughter and stuff like that. So it's always easy, like when you're living in a warm weather destination.
Yeah, you're like, come.
You never have to go see anybody.
Yeah, they come to you.
Once it gets like November, December, January, they don't want to be wherever the fuck they are anymore, for sure.
Oh, let's see if any other his questions. A side by side of Tahona versus diffuser batch the other day. The difference was wild. Have you ever gotten your hands on stuff like that?
No, I mean, look, I think that's actually like a topic because I'm not like Tahona. Yes, I'm familiar with because obviously I've seen it actually done. Tahona is basically like a gigantic fucking stone wheel that they use to crush the actual agaves to extract the agave out.
Okay.
Which is then they will ferment and actually distill, right? The diffusers and like the differences of these, like I haven't been to any like I'll be going down to Del Maguey like in a couple of weeks. But like all the tequila distilleries I ever visited back in the day was all Tahona extraction. So it's kind of all I've seen, and I don't know enough about like the differences with the diffusers. Like I feel like Joe would know that more because he's an actual fucking distiller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to say it and then just fucking like shove my foot in my mouth.
No, you're good. He also got these from chat. We can talk about the soil one too. You know, volcanic soil versus clay and how it shows up in flavor, or is it just marketing?
I mean, so all right, I'll say this. Like you asked me, like, is it just marketing? No, I definitely don't think it's just marketing. Like, think about wine, right? Like, they say that you produce a much better wine when the vine has to struggle. Why? Because the vine has to keep digging deeper into the soil to find, you know, more mineral-rich fucking soil and water, right? So volcanic soil would definitely be a lot more minerally rich, you know? So I would assume, again, like going back to what I said earlier in our conversation, I do think that the quality of that plant is a huge determination of what produces a good tequila or not. Hence why we talk about Blue Weber agaves grown up in the highlands being, you know, the best fucking agaves, right? So yes, I do think that there is something to this, for sure. I mean, like, I'm not a fucking botanist by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, it's my understanding that, like, in America, we've basically completely destroyed all of our topsoil. And as a result of that, we don't have very great fucking food, right? So that's gonna tell me that soil makes a huge fucking difference. Whatever you're growing, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I do think there's something to this. Now, when you ask me, like, is it all marketing? So here's what I think. And this goes, like, if you're a spirit brand, especially like your tequila brand, I want you to listen to this very carefully, okay? Because this is coming from a guy who's served people drinks for 22 fucking years in bars and restaurants at fucking hundreds of events per year. You know, I even do tastings, do mixology classes, all this fucking shit. Nobody fucking cares what fucking hillside you grew the agave on. Nobody gives a shit what volcanic rock you filtered it through. They don't care about these things. I'm just being fucking honest. Like, the tequila connoisseur, the collector, yes. It's a different type of person, you know? There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers out there that collect and spend a lot of money on Pokemon cards. I don't fucking understand this. I don't know what the fuck Pokemon's all about, but it has a following. So yes, there is an audience that cares about this. But not enough that's going to make your brand, like, widely fucking known and you know, and considered by a lot of people to be really good, right? And I said this to you earlier, like, before we came in this room today. I was like, if it was all about quality, then Casamigos and Don Julio wouldn't be the two biggest players in the fucking game, right? I wouldn't be having conversations with these good quality, smaller brand tequilas trying to fight for their fucking life against these big guys if it was just about quality. You have a more quality product, but they spend $2.5 billion in marketing. So what do you think it really is about? It's about marketing. You know, we keep fucking talking about this thing. Like, no matter what, we talk in this big fucking circle. You say all this shit, but it's all going to land back in the same place, right? And marketing's kind of the truth for a lot of industries, you know? Like, those that market better usually make it further, you know? Like, you know how many I don't know if you've experienced this, but, like, I always love when I meet, like, people from other companies. I always usually find a way to ask the question, like, what background do you come from? I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what it is, but the amount of people that leave marketing jobs to start companies is outrageous.
Because they know how to do it.
Because they know how to fucking grow a brand. Exactly.
There's like a cereal brand that was literally, I think it's Ghost, and it was literally just a marketing company who started a cereal brand, and it's like everywhere. Yeah. It's in Publix.
What did the guy that owns Liquid Death do before he started Liquid Death?
He was a
marketing
guy.
for Gary Vee.
And look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The owner of Breeze. Yeah. Right? Is what? He came from a marketing background. Like, this is... Like, wake the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious. Like, it blows my mind. And I'm not insulting them, by the way. Like, because some of them, they make a fucking great product. I'm just always amazed that you don't come from a fucking world of making anything besides just advertisements and fucking, but you knew how to grow a $100 million brand in like 3 years, you know? That's fucking, you know, there's obviously something that they understand and know that, a lot of other people just don't seem to get. And I think it's that, like, they know how to make a brand visible. And I think that, like, I'm 11 years in the game of working for myself, and I'm being honest and genuine when I say, like, I just figured that out in the last year or two, you know? That, like, that is the visibility of my brand is what grows the brand. And anything other than that, like, that's kind of what my job is now, right? When you can get to the point where you can leverage other people's time to run your business, then your job becomes marketing and pushing them. Like, there's a reason that what Gary Vee does for his company is being on social media, right? We were talking with the guy that owns this place earlier. He was talking about, like, Grant Cardone. What does Grant Cardone do for his company? Markets. What does Alex Hormozy do for acquisition? Markets, right? Yeah. They're just faces, they're voices, they're... You know, that's what they do. They're just pushing visibility. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I read every single one of his books.
Hormozy? Yeah, I actually paid a lot of fucking money to go to his workshop.
Yeah,
I went to the 2-day workshop in Vegas. And then they're so good at sales that I then spent another 6 figures to go back in September and October. So
literally in the book, he's selling you things in the book throughout the whole 2 books. In the beginning, the end, he's like,
selling you, bro.
Yeah, he's like, you should buy this book for someone. You should buy my audiobook. You should do this.
But here's the thing. You know, Alex isn't selling you like smoke and mirrors, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's selling you the reality of, like, I don't have the leg to stand on to look at a guy like that and say, like, dude, fuck out of here. Like, I don't need to pay you. No, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, he's done what I want to do, which is exit companies for a lot of fucking money, right? So, like, but what's fascinating was, like, when I went to the 2-day workshop, what I realized was what made him as successful as he is his understanding of how to market his self-brand. That is literally what has made Alex Hormozy. And, like, if you think it was just, like, I don't know, he just knew gyms really well. Like, no, dude. Like, he knew how to sell gyms.
Sell himself
to gyms. Yeah. That's what he understood. And there comes, like, what he's doing now, like, you know, I realize this because, again, like, I pay attention to why I do things, which then helps me understand why consumers do things, right? Like, why did I, right off the cuff, just pay $5,500 to fly to Vegas to spend 2 8-hour days in a room where Alex only spoke for 45 minutes?
I was going to ask you, did you even see him?
Twice for 45 minutes. That was it, right? And then everything else was his executive team, right? Which is fucking, they're masterful.
Of course,
right?
They are top-notch people.
But what made me and the other 80 people in that room spend that $5,500 is because of Alex's visibility. If we didn't know who the fuck Alex was because of all the content we see of him, we never would spend that fucking money. Yeah. No way, right? It doesn't matter fucking what he's done. He could have done all the same shit. He could have the same amount of success, but if he wasn't a personality on social media, none of us would have paid that price to go see him. Yeah. That's just the fucking truth. We trust his executive team because of who Alex is. Yeah. So we're like, okay, stupid people don't work for Alex, right? Yeah, no. So, like, I you know, it builds a level of trust, like, before I even step foot in the room, right? And then they got you in the room, they prove their value, and then they hit you with another sales opportunity, and you're like, I mean, I feel compelled to say yes, right? It's like, it's just fucking wild. But And what do you get out of it? You get a free book, signed.
Which one? Which one? Leads or
the new one that he just. I don't even think it's released yet, and I haven't read it because I've been so busy since I came back from fucking from Vegas. I probably won't end up reading it by the time I have to go back, which is like literally in September.
Homework. That's your homework, right?
It's not. No, not really. Not really. The homework is just continuing to execute what I learned in that 2-day workshop before I get back, and then and when I go back, it's you get actual time with him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you actually spend the whole day with him going over like everything in your business.
Wow, interesting.
But they're basically what you're paying them for is the roadmap.
Right, yeah, to help.
So what they do is when you go to that fucking 2-day workshop, they then before you even get there, you have to fill out all this shit, what your company is, what you're doing, annual revenue, all this sort of stuff. They look into your company. I thought that was bullshit until I was in the room, and the guy that's basically like in charge of the whole fucking seminar, he basically runs like content creation, everything for Alex. He was answering a question, and then he turned to me and he was like, "Hey dude, I fucking love your content, by the way. I've been following you for the last couple months." And I was like, and then he mentioned a specific video. So I was like, wow, he really does follow me, right? And then when I was going around the room meeting with all these different executives, they all remembered me from my content. They're like, yeah, dude, I follow. So I was like, fuck, like, is this like a requirement? Like, do you guys do that much research on the companies and like see, you know what I mean? Like, what's their presence online, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So depending on what you do, like the industry you're in, and things like that, they'll offer you this opportunity to do these further courses with basically Alex and just his direct team. So instead of being in a room of 80 people, now you're just gonna be in a room with like 10 people and just them.
Oh, wow.
This is now like, we know the roadmap for your business to get to $100 million, because Alex's belief is that you can scale any business to $100 million, right?
Yeah.
It's just knowing what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
So it's that they have this roadmap for you to get there. And I think with me, the thing that enticed them to invite me to do that was the CPG product. It was the mixers. I know it was, because every time we met in those other side meetings, it was always that they kept bringing up. So I think that because I had started developing this before I went and then I got there, I think it's the combination of they see the following, so you've built an audience, so you have the ability to market yourself. You have a trust and like belief about who you are as a professional, like within your industry. And then the thing that you're creating makes sense and it's scalable. So now we can just give you the roadmap to do that.
That's
so
awesome.
Give us $100K and then we'll give you the roadmap to go be a millionaire.
And you're like,
okay. Fuck, dude, here's my credit card. I don't want to fucking give you this right now. But
oh my God, I'm so excited. You have to keep me in the loop about that.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean,
cool.
I think it's like I've been in business for myself for 10 years, and I've tried a lot of different things, but the one thing I never really did was like kind of pay to really be coached. And I just, look, when I got in that room, I think I realized, and this fucking goes for like everybody out there, like you're a business owner, be fucking humble and understand that like you don't know everything, like that 2 days in Vegas did probably more for me than anything I've been through in 10 years. And I'm going to explain what it was that happened there that really was like a big moment for me. So the last 3 years for me in business have been really hard because my business has grown a lot. And when your business grows, it means your life's a bit more chaotic. And then you throw a kid in the mess in the middle of all that, fucking, buy a new house. It's like fucking, it's just constantly just waking up every day, punching yourself in the nuts. And events are already very stressful, like there's a lot of natural disorganization in it all that you just cannot seem to avoid. And so it's just been like painful to get through 9 months of my life every year for the last 3 years. And I used to just get to this point where like I kind of started to resent it. Like I was questioning whether I even liked the event industry, right, anymore. And then I went to this 2-day workshop. And I remember when Alex finally got on stage, he talked about when he first started the gym company there, where he used to go around and fucking sell all these fucking gyms, right? These programs where he could get you more members to the gym. At 25 years old, Alex was making $1 million a week. And in his words, he was absolutely fucking miserable and hated everything about his life. I could resonate with this.
Yeah.
I'm a kid who comes from nothing, raised by a single mom. So even when I just got to the point where I was making like a measly, 6 figures, like 150K, like I thought I was the shit because like, having even that much money to me was like having $1 million because I just never had been in a point in my life where like if I just wanted to buy something, I could buy it, I'm not a fucking rich millionaire by any means, but my business does well, and what I'm able to make for myself has put me in a tax bracket that I did not, or anybody in my family grew up in. You understand? So I'm very humble and like grateful for that. But also like I know that even in those moments where I was making crazy money, I would just have these weeks where I was miserable. Like I hated everything about my life. And so I could resonate with what he was saying. And then here I am talking to all these 80 people in this room. And what I realized was I was just being a fucking bitch because I thought that I was so fucking unique that these problems that I was dealing with was like unique. Like I was, I was being punished by fucking God to like go through all this pain and suffering to run this fucking business and grow this, and it wasn't fair and blah, blah, blah. Dude, everybody got problems in business. And their problems are just different, because they have a different, I don't know, he does solar, she does fucking mold remediation. They have a fucking, a center for moms rehabbing from postpartum. Like, everybody's got some different shit, but their problems, like, everybody got a problem. Yeah. Everybody got a fucking problem. It's just like, so I just realized that, like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, guess what you have to accept? Pain, suffering, right? Like, to get anything good in this world, you need to suffer to get it. Like, the two biggest motivating factors for human beings is pain and pleasure. And I heard somebody one day say, why the fuck would you want to eliminate 50% of those? He's right. Like, you know what the best part about being rich is? Remembering being broke. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah, like, it's remembering when you didn't have shit, when you had to eat ramen. You know what I'm saying? Or like fucking PB&J sandwiches is like the only thing you can fucking, manage to muster up. Like, this is the beauty of life. Because I can promise you, like, I'm not there yet, but one of the things I fear as an entrepreneur is when I get to that point, the top of that mountain, then I'll be bored. Because what is there left to chase anymore? Yeah. There isn't, So, like, admire the chase. And I that was what I left Vegas with, Like, I have to stop being such a fuck. Like, my life's supposed to be hard. I chose this. I chose to be an entrepreneur. It means I chose to not get a paycheck every 2 weeks. Don't know when the fucking, like the next meal's only coming because I'm going to hustle for the next fucking check. Everything's on you. You know what I mean? It's not somebody else owns a business. They deal with all the struggles. You just show up, clock the fuck in, clock the fuck out. Like, when you have a job, you get to do that. You go home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Your phone's off. Your day is done. My day never stops. As long as this phone has battery, I gotta work. Yeah. That's just how it is. Yeah, sure, I travel, I get to take long vacations. And guess what? And I'm taking sales calls at 2 in the fucking morning in Indonesia or in Egypt, talking to somebody because it's 12 in the fucking afternoon here. And I have to, because I gotta book events, because I gotta keep the fucking, the train's gotta keep rolling, Because it ain't me who has to eat. It's how about the fucking people that work for me? They gotta pay their bills too. So that pressure and that stress never goes away. It always exists. Embrace it. Welcome the fucking shit, right? So if you're, afraid of going after something in your business, like for those of you who are afraid to grab this phone, turn it on, film yourself, say what you need to say to market and grow your brand, listen, if you don't want to pay me to fucking do it, pick up the goddamn phone, point it at your face, and say what the fuck it is that you need to say and do it yourself. Because if you're not willing to do that, then you're not willing to be successful. That's it. That's the bottom line. You don't have to fucking believe it. Just go do it, the opposite of what I'm saying, and watch the result unfold. Like, have a willingness to either do it, find somebody else to do it for you, or just watch your fucking business die. And that's just kind of it. Like, I don't know what else to fucking tell you. Like, you want to be successful in this world, man, it's only going to come one way. That's it. There's only one fucking way. I mean, unless you were just born into fucking wealth, which if you were, wouldn't be very exciting. I'm telling you, as a kid who grew up broke, the exciting part about trying to get rich is the action. It's the action, of course, because you feel it every time you get a little win, how good that fucking feels, or like how good it feels when I posted content for a decade and then people finally started to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, people don't get that. They don't know that. Like, for every dickwad that jumps in there and tries to like bash me for just being another shitbag influencer, right? Like the fucking lady who jumps in my DMs the other day and says, like, I'm never listening to another word you say ever again. Keep Birkin out of your mouth, right? Because I said that, like, the bags are fucking, like, a ripoff, right? $55K for a $1,600 bag. But apparently I'm a piece of shit and Hermes is fucking amazing. But anyway, the point is like, you know, people will jump in there and treat you that way because that's what they think, right? Like you're just a little social media fucking whore. It's like, dude, I was posting shit when nobody cared. You know what I mean? When nobody cared, when nobody was watching. That's what you don't know. Yeah. You know, like, I was like talking to a guy yesterday who was like in South Africa and wants to learn mixology, you know, and I was telling him like, dude, buy books, read, like, understand that what you want to do in your life, right? For a very long time, a lot of people are going to tell you, you can't do it, it won't work, this is a bad idea, a stupid idea. They're going to just doubt you. Mm-hmm. Here's the reality. For many years, they're going to be right. And you have to be willing to accept that. They will be correct. Year 1, year 2, year 3. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden in year 4, they don't look like, you know, you kind of, by year 5, they look like a fucking idiot. By year 6, 7, and 8, guess where that person is? Miserable, doing the same job, making the same money, and your life has exploded, right? That's how it happens. That's literally how it goes. You know, I worked a job running a bar for 3 fucking years, running this business, swapping my days off to do events before it made me enough money to quit my job. Yeah. So that meant I was just making the same amount of money at my job, running my own fucking business, right? So more hours for the same money. But that's how it goes. Like, that's it, you know? Like, I'm surprised that we don't just kind of automatically know this right off the cuff, you know? Because, like, everybody knows that if you're fat and overweight, you can't go to the gym one day and get in shape.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a road of eating healthy and exercising, and eventually what happens, in due time, you got a fabulous looking body. But, like, you got to work at it, you know? But everyone's looking for an elevator or an escalator to take them to the top of a mountain because they forgot we climb mountains. Mm-hmm. We don't take elevators. You know what I mean? Like, so just keep fucking climbing, you know?
I love it. That's cool. I had no idea that you also got to meet him and go to his stuff. Okay, let's see. Are you going to be at the Tequila Festival too? Okay,
yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm going to be... So I think one of my roles that day is kind of to play like the man on the street and do panels, right? Because I'm the controversial tequila guy, right? That likes to call out bullshit, you know, and stuff like this. And I just think it's a great added benefit for the brands that are going to come there because I just, you know, me and you get this. Like we're believers in content and what content creation can do for you and your brand, right? So fine. If people don't want to listen to me, then we just go fucking prove you wrong. I love to prove people wrong. So, like, one of the benefits that they're going to get is, like, you know, you have your booth set up, right? And everybody, all these brands are always talking about how they want to educate, they want to educate, they want to educate, they want to educate. Mm-hmm. Okay, I agree with you. Problem is, a lot of these tequila fests just turn into a drunk fest, right? It's just a bunch of people wanting to rip shots and don't care about the educational aspect. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not the case with everybody who attends, right? Mm-hmm. And we're trying to draw in a different crowd than maybe what has existed in past years. Mm-hmm. That's why I was telling Joe, like, let's not do 7 hours, let's do 4, because we don't need people to drink tequila for 7 hours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's better for the vendors, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they don't have to do a 12-hour fucking day. Yeah. But I also was like, you know, we should set up like a side panel stage where we can bring the distillers or the owners of these brands up there. And just like we're doing right now, we can fucking hit them with the right questions. Let them answer. It's one thing when I give the answer. Why am I popular on social media? I give good information, but more than anything, dude, I just have a hard fucking line opinion on everything, right? I don't tiptoe around fucking, like, subjects. Yeah. I just say, this is how I fucking feel. If you don't agree with that and like it, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like take a ride, you know? Like, it's like whatever. And that kind of works. And you know why it works. Because the people that agree with me are like, fuck yeah. And then the people who don't are like, yeah, well, let me argue with them, right? I love to argue. So, but hearing it from them, you know, and obviously, you know, we have to be delicate with that. We can't ask them everything you asked me. It's not possible. You know, they have to play ball to a certain degree, but it just gives them a chance to sit there in the middle of that festival for the people who really want to learn. Come sit down here in front of the stage and listen to these people talk. Yeah. You want to know about the brands. You want to know what these guys are doing. You want to know what their struggles are. You know what I'm saying? Because like, let's be honest, like a lot of us are supporting shit we wouldn't if we just fucking knew what the truth was, right? That's the truth. Like, how many people fucking became a vegetarian when we learned what cows actually go through? Yeah. You know? Like, I did for 2 fucking years. You know what I'm saying?
I think I was like
I
a
eat
year.
meat again, but like...
Yeah.
I mean, even you know, we talked about that. We both saw the same fucking goddamn documentary on Netflix, and what do?
Stopped eating meat.
Exactly. Fuck, I gave up meat in my life for fucking 2 consecutive years because of one fucking show that I saw on Netflix.
Yeah, same.
Fuck, and people doubt me that content, that visual doesn't deliver.
Oh
like,
God.
are you fucking? It doesn't influence decisions. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's right there.
Yeah.
The fucking some of the people that own the brands I'm talking to, they probably watched the same documentary and stopped eating fucking meat, and they're like questioning whether or not I know what I'm talking about when I say, yeah, visual fucking content influences people if it's delivered in the right manner.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh my God.
So. Yeah, it's but I will be a part of that, and then I'll do like the man on the street stuff. So I'll actually like with a cameraman following me, the little fucking DJI mic, and going to the booths.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
You know?
I'm gonna be following you around too because I'll be there with my work.
Yeah,
phone.
exactly. And then we'll, you know, it'll be cool because we can go to those booths and like, you know, there'll probably be a lot of like ambassadors running the booths, so be able to talk to the ambassadors and then interview the people trying the tequila. What do you think? What do you like about this brand? You know, like because that shit works. You know, like.
How fun.
Yeah. So that'll be kind of my more or less involvement, you know, and then trying to just steer Joe at like, you know, here's a fucking bunch of good brands. Go talk to them. Hopefully they'll sign up, you know. So we get the right brands here.
Right,
right. That's the hope. So.
Okay, cool. Do we already know who's going to be there yet, or do we have any?
I don't. Joe would know that, obviously. I don't know for sure, and I don't want to say any fucking names. I mean, I've had some conversations with certain brands that I know did it last year.
And they want to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, look, like, I also know this because I just operate in a world where the price is always the deciding factor, right? So, like, do the brands want to spend the money for the space? Maybe they did last year, but do they want to do it? You know how it is. Fucking people, they're always changing their allocations of budgets to different things. Like
To see what?
Yeah, like, I mean, there was a brand that told him, I think the other day for the alt bev that like they're good in Florida with their growth, so they don't need to, you know. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. Like, no, we're good. We got enough growth going on. Like, okay, yeah.
In Florida,
yeah,
that's hilarious.
all right, sure, you do.
Yeah,
you've captured the whole market in fucking like 12 months.
Everyone
everybody.
drinks it.
Yeah, that's it. No, they don't drink anything else.
Okay, so actually, this is a good one. What inexpensive tequila is the best?
It does get a little bit harder these days because I feel like the additive-free shit is like just getting a little bit more expensive. One that I personally like, I've liked it for years, and I'm gonna say this brand because I also think that like when you see it on an actual store shelf, it looks like it wouldn't be a good tequila, but
fair.
It is, right?
That's fair.
Which is Tapatio.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Yeah, I love Tapatio. It's good for good price. It's a really good tequila. I think it's a very like underrated tequila. And I always just like, I don't know, every time I see the labeling of it, it's just like, it's funny to me because it's really doing nothing to try to stand out at all. And honestly, like I think at my local Total Wines, it's on the bottom shelf, dude. Like it's the bottom shelf tequila.
Yeah, so you really got to bend over and pick it up.
You know, fucking people. Like I know that sounds dumb, what I might have just said,
but it's true.
There's actually a psychology behind it. There's a
know.
reason things are placed at eye level. And I can promise you if it's at eye level, they paid a lot of money to be at eye level.
It's the same thing.
And if they were on the bottom shelf, they didn't pay shit.
Yeah.
So that's why big ups to Tapatio because they spend more money on the fucking tequila than they fucking do the placement on the goddamn shelf.
It's so interesting. I have a background in graphic design, so you learn all of that stuff.
Yep. And it is, right? It's I mean, fucking, it looked like, when was that thing created? In the 80s? Like, whoever fucking did that, created that, like, in the 80s.
I also would never pick that up.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, yeah.
You, like, you know, you wouldn't. You would think that's dog shit tequila.
Literally.
And then there's tequila that's at eye level that is complete ass.
Yeah.
But it's in a fucking
pretty bottle.
Decadent fucking bottle.
Yeah, gets me every time.
It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. But that's marketing, man. That's why all these companies are owned by marketing fucking executives, right?
Yeah, I know. It's the new wave. I just haven't found my calling yet.
You got to start a tequila brand.
I don't know. I've thought about so many packaged goods. I'm like, you know, haven't quite figured out a single one. So I have like that.
I love again, like to go back to like Liquid Death. I do think that's something that I admire like as an entrepreneur is people who like just find a section of an industry that's super boring and just hasn't had any reinvention in it in a while.
Yeah.
And like the Liquid Death did that with water, basically, right? Like Grunz did that with vitamins, right? Like that was a big one. And those motherfuckers that's not cheap, and everybody fucking eats those fucking goddamn things now. And it's like, but it's smart. It's smart. Like, try to get a kid to eat vitamins. No, put it in a gummy bear. Put it in a fucking gummy bear. Well, they just changed the game. You know?
I just saw Chelsea Handler talk about them yesterday.
It's fucking crazy, dude. You know, or like another one I like these days is, again, no specific brand. I mean, even though like I take Create more than anything, but it's like creatine, like, you know, the pain in the ass was like, it was always in a powder. And
of course, so you take it in a gummy now too?
I take it in gummies, you know?
Oh my God, I could not swallow it without gagging. I was getting to that point, and I obviously needed to take creatine. I'm like, oh my freaking God, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, I like people that, I think that's just a smart way, you know? Like, there are so many sections of industries that are just complete dog shit. And that's how, like, a lot of times I come up with content ideas, right? So, like, something I did recently was I reached out to a bunch of brands to get them to send me their high-quality handcrafted ginger beer. Why did I do this? Because the vast majority of people, like, walk into a grocery store and you buy, like, Goslings, right?
Yeah.
Or what's the Jamaican one that everybody buys? I can't think of the fucking name right now. But turn those around. And look how much sugar.
Like Fever Tree?
Fever Tree's actually good, but it's $3 for a tiny little 6-ounce bottle. So, like, I'm doing events. That's not cost effective. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was running, like, a fucking speakeasy bar, it's a little bit different, you know? But I'm not selling cocktails for cash. You know what I mean? So I can't have, like, a varying price points for cocktails like you could in a fucking bar. So, anyway, you know, it's, dude, those most of those ginger beers are like 56 grams of sugar in a 12-ounce can, man. Like, that's more than a Coke. And we stopped drinking that shit. Like, why did Poppy become popular? Because it was soda with only 5 grams of sugar. So, like, I just know there's better options out there. And that's kind of what drives me a lot towards, like, content that I want to create is, like, what's deficient that everybody buys and has gotten normalized, but someone out there realized this isn't fucking normal and creates a better product, but nobody knows about it, right?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the shit that ends up on my page is about, right? Like, I was talking about the tonic syrups. Like, that's exactly why I'm inspired to do that, because what people hate tonic, not because tonic sucks, it's because the tonic you know today sucks. That's the truth, right? Fair. But there are people out there that are still doing that, you know, really well, right? So it's like I try to do my best to find out what those people are, and then, you know, if I either buy the product or I ask them to send it to me for fucking free, and then I get fucking stuck in a loop of just making free content for fucking brands, you know what I mean? So,
what a time to be alive.
yes, what a time. What a time.
Okay, we're going to do this or that series. Okay, so do you prefer Blanco or Reposado?
Repo.
Okay. Do you like salt rim or no rim?
No fucking rim. I hate salt on a rim. No.
On all tequila?
Yeah, I don't like to get fucking slapped with sodium every time I go fucking take a sip of my margarita. Yeah. Now, if you're going to do it, it's fine. Salt the outside of the glass and just do half the rim. And then
just,
if somebody doesn't want, or whatever, you can just turn around and drink from the backside that doesn't have salt on it.
What about smoky salt? I'm into that.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm better with like I use like a hickory smoked sea salt. Tagine, that's different. You know, I don't really like, you don't get a chunk of salt on your fucking palate. It's like, you know, you just get like that like limey, spicy saltiness. I don't know. It just feels different. But yeah, I'm a no salt rim guy.
Margarita or ranch water?
Margs. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Because I don't mind ranch waters. I just like, I do a lot of RTD reviews. Like, I want to be like the Dave Portnoy, but of RTDs. Like, he does the pizza thing. I want to do the RTD thing. Yeah. I think it's just as wide of an industry. And most of it is dog shit. I just haven't had
a
good fucking canned ranch waters. Like,
oh, cans especially.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It just, a lot of it tastes a little bit bland. Like, a marg is this perfect balance of just like juicy agave and citrus. And like, it's the world's most ordered cocktail for a fucking reason.
Is it?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. Yeah. Okay, so shoot it or sip it?
Sip it. I actually like, I said this, I think, in a video one day. Like, we literally rip shots because we want to get it down as fast as possible because of how fucking bad. It's like your brain literally is telling you this is a bad idea, and then we're still doing it. So, no, if you're sipping something, it's because it's good. If you're shooting it, it's because it's dog shit, and And I'm 40. I don't do fucking shots anymore. When somebody hands me a shot at a bar, I get pissed. I'm like, why the fuck are you
rude?
Get, like,
it's
yeah,
absolutely
don't do that.
rude.
The fuck, who told you I wanted a shot of Jameson? I never
Absolutely
fucking said
not.
that. I don't care that you're paying for it. Doesn't matter. Give it away. Like, fucking, I do not want that in my body.
Oh, that's all I got. Do you have another one?
This or that?
Yeah. What about a Oh, okay, frozen or ice?
Frozen or ice? You know what? That's a good question. I'm kind of a sucker for frozen drinks.
You are?
Yeah. I'm actually, like, I always say this to people, like, I do not sexualize my cocktails, okay? I actually think it's pathetic that we do this as men. I'm gonna explain to you what I mean. Like, I'm a cocktail caterer, okay? So, like, the amount of fucking times I've had a guy say he wants that cocktail, but can I put it in a different glass?
Oh, now I see what you're saying.
Like, fucking get over yourself. You know what I mean? Like, no one's judging the size of your fucking manhood in your pants based on the fucking glass that you're drinking out of.
Fair.
Or the drink that you're drinking. Like, I'm not past, like, I'd be the first to say it. Like, when I was bartending, I hated you when you ordered a mojito at 11 p.m., but I'm going to order one when I go to a bar, especially in a tropical place. And I will definitely drink pina coladas and fucking strawberry decadence. Like, I'm not past that, you know? Yeah. Now, I don't really want it if you're making it with, like, finest call mix. That's fucking nasty. It's just a bunch of sugar.
Yeah.
But for motherfuckers making, like, handshaking, you know, or just making it out of good quality actual fucking ingredients, like a homemade strawberry syrup, lime juice, shove that in a frozen drink machine, blend it with some ice and rum. Like, yeah, I'm fucking totally down with that.
You know what? I think I just have always had that really shitty, terrible blended experience.
Yeah, I'm not, like, I just think that, like, if you're a guy and you think that drinking stiffer drinks is, like, turning chicks on more, it's not. Like, no one's fucking, like, you're not impressing anybody. Like, it's fine. If you're a real true, like, old-fashioned whiskey drinker, Negroni guy, Boulevardier, fucking Manhattan, no, like, dude, I'm not insulting you, like, by all means.
Yeah.
I used to love Manhattans, too, like you said before. I used to drink a lot of fucking old-fashions as well. It's just my life's changed a little bit. I'm 40 years old. I'm more of a social fucking drinker, like, and I'm just, I kind of like when my fucking cocktail doesn't taste like I'm just getting slapped in the face with fucking ethanol. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? It's like, why? I don't care. Like, throw a cherry orange, a fucking tropical umbrella. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, you know, I remember, like, I was at a pizza place in Hong Kong last summer and drinking a fucking handshaking pina colada out of a unicorn fucking porcelain glass. I
love
don't give
that.
A fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care. Like, bring the unicorns on.
Yeah.
Like,
I think, like, also drinking in general has changed. Like, I don't feel like it's very much gender profiled anymore. I feel like it once was.
The older crowd is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that example I gave you of the guys who were like, oh, give that to me in a different glass. It's not. It's never a young kid. It's never like a fucking guy in his 20s or even early 30s.
Yeah.
It's always the guy in, like, his 50s. You know what I mean? Who probably, like, you know, I don't know. His friends probably called him fucking gay like a few thousand fucking times over his lifetime. So it's like, God forbid, like, you know what I mean? He wears a pink shirt or fucking drinks out of a fucking coupe glass or something. You know what I mean? It's like people are just insecure as fuck. That's just the reality. Like, if you're making those kinds of decisions because you're insecure, dude, like, that is just the truth, you know? I drive a purple Cybertruck, okay? Like, fucking, like, for real. Like, it's, like, fuck off, man.
It's iridescent.
It is. It actually changes colors. It's
actually,
it's a deep space, I think, is the color. It's, like, all sorts of different colors. But it looks purple most of the time, you know?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we're going to rate these drinks 1 out of 10. I know you've seen these on social media, and they perform really well. And so you're just going to give me 1 is the worst.
Okay.
10 is the best. I think that's how they normally do it. Okay, cool.
One's shitty, 10's best.
Okay. A Tommy margarita.
10, man. That's for me, that's the way you make a margarita.
Spicy cucumber jalapeno margarita.
Spicy. Oh, well, you asked me spicy cucumber jalapeno, like the combination of those three?
That is one drink.
I'm not a fan of cucumbers, dude. I'm going to give it a 6.5 because it's still a margarita. I don't like cucumbers, although cucumber in a cocktail is not as bad. I just hate eating cucumbers. So, and personally, I just think spicy cucumber is not a fucking thing. Like, I don't know. That's just my thing. Like, cucumbers are cool. Like, spicing it up, it's fucking like, it just seems like an oxymoron. I'll give it a 6.5 because it's still a margarita and I like spicy.
Okay. Tequila sunrise.
Fuck, if you had asked me this like 20 years ago, I would have given you a different score. Now, I would say like a 3. Like, I don't fuck with grenadine anymore. I'm just past that, you know? So, like, yeah, it's just it's basically a sugar bomb. The first thing you taste is grenadine because it's at the bottom of the fucking glass,
you just
right?
drink it all up, yeah.
Yeah. We're going 3 on that one.
Okay, frozen strawberry margarita, which I think I know your answer now.
Yes, fucking. I mean, I don't know if I'll say 10, but I gave Tommy's the 10 because I'm pretty hard-lined about making 3-ingredient margaritas. But yeah, I would still put a strawberry daiquiri as like a fucking 8, as long as it's not made with some junk finest call. You got to make it with some decent ingredients. Put a real fucking strawberry in there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, please, real fruit always.
Yeah, real fruit.
Oh, freaking syrups are disgusting. Tequila espresso martini.
I would prefer an Irish whiskey or mezcal. I just think the smokiness of the mezcal works better in an espresso martini if you're gonna do that. And same with like the Irish whiskey, like the spice of it a little bit. It just works a little bit better. I would say like I'll give it a 6.5 just based on the fact that it is an espresso martini and I'm kind of a sucker for a good one. But I don't think tequila is the best move. That's my opinion.
Okay. Sour mix margarita.
1. Yeah, 1. You should, if you're fucking drinking, if you're buying store pre-made sour mixes to make your fucking margaritas, dude, like that's pathetic. Like you think Applebee's is fucking fine dining for sure. Like you have to, because like there's no real ingredients in a dry shelf stored item at all. And it's just fucking agave and lime. Like what, you can't squeeze a fucking lime? Are you kidding me? Come on.
So gross. Okay. I think this is tequila old fashioned. Oaxacan old fashioned.
Oaxacan.
Oh, there we go.
Oaxacan old fashioned. Yeah, I mean, I think if done with a añejo, it's really good. I would say, again, I'm not a huge old fashioned person anymore, but I'd probably go like 7.2. Solid cocktail as long as you do it with a good añejo. And I think añejo is definitely the move. Some people might do it with a repo, but
Paloma with Fresca.
All right. Well, let me say this. I love Fresca, but that's because like it's a childhood nostalgia because my mom fucking drank the fuck out of Fresca when I was a kid. But it would not be my choice of a grapefruit soda to use in a Paloma because it's just way too much fucking sugar. If we're just basing it on a Paloma itself, I would do like 8.5. I think a Paloma is a fucking absolutely fire cocktail. Love light, refreshing citrus cocktails. It's like right up my fucking alley. Now, I do drop a little agave into my fucking Palomas. I don't believe in citrus juice fucking mixed with just a spirit. I think that's like a punishment. Like that's why skinny margaritas are fucking bullshit. It's not a real cocktail. So yeah, just if we swap the Fresca for something like maybe a fucking Fever Tree or Q Mixer or something like this, then yeah, I would give it an 8.5. With Fresca, I'm gonna drop it to probably like somewhere like 6.8 because it is gonna make it a little bit overly sweet. I think so.
Okay,
this is my opinion.
All right, this one we already covered, but in this context, tequila neat, room temperature, no ice.
Tequila neat, room temperature, no ice. Nah, I'm gonna say 5. Like. It's just, I'm not giving it like a super low score of a 1 because I know that there's a lot of people who would really appreciate it that way. So I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. I just think it's a preference thing. I don't like room temperature fucking anything.
Okay, cool. I think we got it.
Nice.
Yeah. That was awesome. Let me see if there was one more. We talked about CRT, and yeah, I think we got it.
Nice. Nice. What was that? Fucking, it took us a good fucking 3 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking shit.
Okay, cool. Is he the one who also edits the videos too?
No. So my editor is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, his name's Shreth. So actually, he just sent me the fucking video for today's post. Actually, I gotta look at this. So yeah, that's literally how he does it. Like, this is my video from today. So he sends this to me like, hey, this is what I'm posting today.
He does a really good. He edits really well.
Yeah.
He does a really good.
He's good.
job.
I had like.
Can he take on more work, or
yeah,
you try
absolutely.
to keep him to yourself?
No, not at all. Actually, I try to promote his services to other people because
Yeah.
I think that the situation I have with him is the most financially efficient way if you are trying to create good, consistent content, right? So I'll give you the example. Like, when I first got into this game, I had these guys that I met at Gary V fucking conference.
Yeah.
They owned a company. I used to pay them $5,000 a month, right? They did all the posting, all the editing, and Jamie would come meet me twice a month at my warehouse. We'd do like 14, 15 videos all in one day. But there was no scripts. There was even like we would have a 30-minute conversation the day before, talk about some topics, and Jamie would just come up with a hook line, right? So it'd be like, I jump behind the bar. Okay, this is what we're gonna talk about. Here's the hook line. Go, right? So I just say the hook line and then, right?
Yeah.
This worked fairly well. I mean, it worked really well on TikTok. I wasn't getting like a massive following on Instagram. But then from there, I stopped using those guys after like a year and a half probably. And then I hired this company called Upper Hand Creative. So what Upper Hand Creative was like, I paid them basically $1,000 a month, but I had to pay like all the initial fees, which was like $7-8 grand. And then they got me like 3 editors. I used all 3 for a month. They would edit content, and then I kind of narrowed it down to who I liked the most, interviewed all of them, and Shreth was the guy I chose in the end. And so then I negotiated what I had to pay him every month, which was like, he's in India, so I was paying him like $1,000 a month, and I was paying this other company $1,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
So it's cost me like $2,000 a month. And then basically like what I do is I shoot all my content, and then I have a Dropbox that I share with Shreth. So then I drop everything in there in folders, and then I just basically copy paste that link directly to our WhatsApp group that we have. So then he takes that, puts it all in a like organized manner, so he knows exactly what order he has to edit everything in, unless I have a brand that needs to get something out on a certain date, then I can tell him.
Yeah.
And that's it. So then what happened was, like, after a while I realized that Upper Hand Creative was fucking useless because they don't do anything. Like, if they were coaching me, helping me with topics, hook lines, giving me ideas of like what I should be running with, that would be one thing, but that's not what they were doing. Like, they just put me in touch, got me to hire this editor, and then they just make a fee. So when the 6-month contract was over, I was like, okay, well, fuck you guys. So I dropped them, and then I just told Shreth, like, no, just don't tell them anything, but we'll just keep working together.
Yeah.
So basically, like, I pay him like $1,800 a month, and he does all this content, so he posts and edits at least 20 pieces of content, 25 pieces of content a month. So what my role is come up with my own topics, write all my own scripts, and shoot the fucking videos. But, like, this isn't complicated, you know?
No,
like,
not at all.
I mean, I use a combination, too, of, like, ChatGPT. So it's like I come up with all my own topics, and then, like, I feed all these ideas to ChatGPT, and then I just use it to organize my thoughts.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, I don't like to just go on, like, bullet points, so I want it to, like, kind of organize it more into a format where I can keep that same flow of, like, hook line, you know, delivery of information, and then call to action, right?
Yeah.
And just always keep the structure of this. And then I just use it to analyze the data so that I can better understand what I'm doing that's working, like, you know, and that helps me, like, understand what are good hook lines and what are not, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't always want to say shit that's, like, super controversial. Like, I'm judging you if you drink this. Like, I did that, but I don't want to keep, like, beating a dead horse. Like, I hate when I see influencers just, like, it's the same thing over and over because, well, it worked. It's like, yeah, okay, but, like, be original. The fuck?
Yeah. Well, and if
show creativity.
If you enjoy it, that's the part. You know, if you don't enjoy it,
that's the thing.
It's like,
so I actually enjoy it now, like, because I feel like it's my creative process, and then he's just doing the back end shit that is time consuming that I can't do. So for $1,800 a month, like, that's a fucking, it's absolutely, because he's good. The system works for the both of us. Like, it's not complicated. I'm not overpaying for it. Like, I realized with, like, the Deep Brand Social, like, the guys I first used, the guy that's editing all the footage was their friend in Canada. but he didn't work for them directly. So that means I'm paying you more money because you got to pay that guy to edit all this fucking footage.
Yeah.
And I'm not your only client, so he probably gets paid a hell of a lot of money out of that $5K.
Yeah. That's
so
incredible.
you know, it's like, yeah. So I just think like, so no, I'm always trying to like push him onto other people because he wants to fucking grow. Like he has his own business. He does his own thing in India, you know. So I'm just basically one of his clients. Like even though I pay him an agreed upon salary, it's not like, you know,
only
I mean,
works for you.
No, not at all. He does all of his own shit, and the better he can do, the better it is for me. You know, even if like if I started doing a shit ton of collab work with brands and I needed him to edit more, fine, we just renegotiate his price, and he would go hire a couple more editors to join his team so that he had guys that he could delegate shit to, right? And I would still just be able to deal with him.
I love that. You gotta give him my contact information.
Yeah,
I think we might use him for the agency.
Yeah, no, for real. Like it would be fucking awesome. As like I said, it's good for him, and like for those guys making US dollars is what they want to do. And like I keep telling them this, like, dude, you're a fucking video editor. You have a skill a lot of people need. The best part about what you do is it can be done from anywhere. You know, that's the truth. Like, that's why this works, because, you know, I just Dropbox you. And, like, it's fucking fascinating, dude. Like, sometimes this guy, like, he's sending me the finished footage at, like, 2:30 in the afternoon. That means he's awake at 2:30 at night.
Yeah.
Editing the fucking video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, it doesn't matter. He's, like, got to post Monday through Friday.
Love him.
Like, yeah, and he just sets up the auto post. Like, he comes up with all the captions, everything. And he even gives me like advice, you know, like the other day, he was like sending me a link on Amazon. He's like, hey, I need you to buy these red backlights for your warehouse.
So it like looks cool in your videos.
Yeah, not just that, but he just wants better lighting in it, you know? Or like little shit where he's like, hey, when you hit the record button, wait 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Please, because like you always talk
right away, and you need to like get out of your hand out of the frame.
Exactly. Get your hand away from the fucking thing. I talk fast, so it's like
that's funny.
Like constantly moving real fast. But yeah, no, he's awesome. So yeah, I'll definitely put you guys in touch for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I might even use him for my own stuff because that's my own bottleneck now. Is I record everything, and then I
bottleneck.
don't.
That's the thing. Yeah, it is. It is the bottleneck. Like I take care of all my shit for stories. Like when I do the caffeine and rage videos, I just use InShot on my phone. Yeah. Super easy. Usually maybe takes me like 20 minutes to edit the video, use license-free music on there, whatever, right? Put some text when you load it into the app. That shit's easy. It's just a story anyway. It's more about the comedic delivery of what I'm saying that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reels, like, nah, man. With the text and the music and fucking all this other shit and the haircuts, no.
Oh my goodness.
So that's and I know that because I used to do videography. So before my business took off, like I used to film, like I went to school for videography. So that was literally like what I did. So like professional fucking camera gear, filming for gyms, restaurants, bars, all this other shit. So yes, like I spend hours on fucking Premiere Pro, like
oh my God,
fucking editing videos, and it's so tedious and I cannot stand it. And then, you know, like Premiere Pro likes to just fuck with you, so it's
like glitches and turns off. All Adobe products do that.
Ridiculous. So like, you know, it was a kind of a no. I just knew that in order to do this right, you have to be consistent. The only way to get that consistency is you got to eliminate the bottleneck. Everybody's bottleneck in content creation is exactly the same. Yeah. It's always the editing.
When it was my full-time job, obviously I like editing. I do that all day long, but it's like my own stuff. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I'm just like so
and
over.
Then if you're trying to grow and scale, like, I mean, theoretically, if I was doing, you know, content partnerships every month with like 8 different brands and I got to deliver 4 deliverables every week, then dude, there's no way. Like, I would not be able to do that. So he has to be like a focal point of basically being able to fucking do that. So. Yeah. And luckily, like I said, it's cost effective, you know, like even my admin assistant, like Fernanda's in Mexico, dude. Like she's fucking awesome. But
here, wait,
like,
let's get one more picture of us in this.
But I save a ton of money.
Yeah, no.
Hiring all my foreigners.
Love that. Oh no, I want the lights. Hold on, this way. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thanks. It was nice hanging out with you this morning.
Yes, absolutely.